Spurs fam. I wish we had some better news, but we suffered a 1-0 loss. Of course, it's disappointment, meaning we are out of the Carabao Cup. That leaves us with the FA Cup with a chance to win a trophy and a chance to win the Premier League, which going to be astronomically impossible to catch up to City. So basically, we have the FA Cup left. Um, I'm going to quickly greet the guys on the panel because I have a rant of epic proportion. But I'm just going to ask the guys to just greet themselves, and then I'm going to just release because I have a lot to release. Uh, to my right, we have Kuva. Hello, brother.
Hello, Murray. Thanks for having me on again.
Oh.
Wish it was a better night, to be honest.
Yeah, no, totally agree, and it's gonna be therapeutic. I have some humor, guys. After this, we're gonna vent, and then we're gonna let some humor come in. But we have to the right of Cuba, we have Mr. Tiago. How are you doing, Tiago?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thanks for having me on the show tonight as well. And just same old Spurs. Once again, when it matters the most, we don't show up.
Yep. And to the bottom of Tiago, we have all the way from London, UK. Yes, London, UK. He's still there, Mister. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. Wishing we would be celebrating right now instead of about to rant, but we all saw it coming, didn't we? Right? I mean, Arthur. With that, I guess yeah. With that, we can bring in the guy next to me.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
It's the king. What's up, Arthur?
Well, I've just watched the debacle, which poor Tiago had his ear bent earlier on another show, when I forecast what rubbish they were, and they just proved it again tonight. This team can't go anywhere. We're a championship outfit, mid-table.
Yeah.
And unless we start rebuilding now, we're going to end up in the championship or even lower. So to say I'm disappointed, I'm not anymore. I'm just sick. It's made me ill. And, it's sad to say it after all these years of supporting them. It's probably one of the worst sides I've ever watched. And I deliberately watched it because I knew I was coming on here tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my penance.
Yeah. And so, just if you're a praying person or just thoughts on what happened with the fan situation at the stadium, it seems like more than often has been happening. Maybe because people weren't alert back then, but I think ever since the Ericsson collapse, I think more people have been alert. But you're seeing it more and more often.
So that was something that happened today. Sorry, I knew that play was stopped, but I had the volume down and I didn't really know what had happened. So
it was stop and good alertness by everybody, but seeing more and more often, and we know life is precious. It's more important than football. So I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna show a picture after my rant. I'm not angry. I'm just more depressed, dejected. Last week I said reality. I had a banner that says reality hits, and it's just the reality of preseason. When I watched Chelsea play Tottenham, the first half they looked levels ahead of us. They took out their players. We were able to equalize, and people were getting excited. And I was just like, we didn't look good. So when we played them in the first half of the season, Of course, they beat us last Wednesday. Today, the same consistent feeling I have. This team is levels away from us. Well, we scored 2 own goals. And today, Galini made a mistake. It was Galini's mistake. I still felt they were levels above us. And I look at who's in the game, who's out the game. They got Hudson Doy starting. They can afford to put Zidic on the bench, Kai Havertz on the bench sitting down. This team is. I saw an image earlier in the season where these guys were 3 deep in every position. 3 deep. City, 3 deep. Liverpool, 3 deep. And I watching the game as I'm leaving work on my phone, and I'm reminded. And I said this last week. I said this on the stream. It was criminal. Those 3 transfer windows when we did no business. No business. I looked on Twitter about 30 minutes ago. Those 3 windows, you know what it did? It made us, if we were close to the level of those 3 teams, it put us back. 3 transfers. You could tell it put us back 3 transfer windows in regards of talent against the Chelseas, the Cities. And yeah, we beat them 1-0. But it's for the long haul. We are levels behind Chelsea. The truth hurts. We are levels behind. Poch said we needed to do a complete remakeover, a redo-over of our squad. Jose mentioned it. Nuno didn't mention it, but I know he was probably thinking about it. It all goes back to the men on top, the Joe Louis, Daniel Levy, in regards to the direction of this team. And now we're playing with fire right now, serious fire, because we got one of the greatest coaches in play. Conte is better than Tuchel, in my book. This is Tuchel has a bazooka, and Conte is working with a toy gun. He's working with a toy while Tuchel has a bazooka. You got a bazooka. Yeah, you got like my muscles right here. But yeah, he's working with he's working with better toys in his prime than Conte. That is the difference. And I'm seeing today. I'm not a big fan of Adama Toure, but then people are convinced me, okay, now if Conte wants to get him. I'm seeing today we're finagling. Oh, we don't want to pay 20 million. Oh, we don't want to sell Bergwijn for 15 million. We're finagling with people that we need to get rid of, people that we want to come in, even the ones we don't like. Torre, we're finagling when we need reinforcements with a gauntlet of games that we're about to play. A gauntlet of games, important games. If we want top 4, I'm thinking, all right, they're leaving. All he cares about top 4. But even then, I'm like, if he cared, he would get the reinforcements in. We haven't meetings. These meetings should have happened in the Bahamas in December to get the ball rolling. When Kane went down, good thing he got up. I was just like, here we go. Like literally. And people, I know the Libyans, some of the people who they were like, oh, I can't stand the Levy out people. They always get nervous because it's 21 years of post-traumatic Levy disorder. And all we have to show for it is one trophy. It's the truth. It is the truth. So now I'm going to show you a picture before I go to Kuva on his thoughts on the game. Right? I'm going to show you a picture. This is what live from the game. This is what happened from the game. Images from the game. Right? Notice the faces. This is the game. And then this is Levy. You see the quality on the field, Daniel Levy, right? You're in charge of this.
That's the face of
You're
a
in
guy who
charge.
knows he fucked up.
You're in charge of this, right? You did the first step to try to fix this again, Conte, but it's not finished. Back Conte, and even the most supportive person of Levy, I saw on Twitter, say, "Man, we got to back Conte." We know everything's not going to be done in one transfer window, but at least get an emergency striker in. Stop finagling and get the person in. I have a fun segment later on, shopping with Daniel Levy, right? You pay what you get for it. If you want quality, you gotta pay. You gotta pay enough. You can't waste time. You can't wait till January 23rd. But I'm not sure this is the face of Paratici and Steve Hitchen. He knows it's like, damn, that's the face of capture this. He's like, damn, we need some work done. There needs to be work done. Yeah. That is the face.
I see Levy sitting with his close circle of friends there.
All right, I'm gonna throw it out to you.
I get you. I'm following you, Kuba.
Guys, who are watching, there will be love. There's gonna be some Ledley King love. I love Ledley King is probably my favorite Spurs player, and I got to meet him. We got some funny things coming on. We're just venting right now, and I'm going to throw it to Mr. Kuba.
I don't even, honestly, I don't even feel like venting. I'm beyond that. I don't even care anymore. Just completely deflated. Knew what's going to happen. I mean, we've already been saying this squad is massively overrated. We've got a few great players. We've got a few promising players. We've got a lot of very average players, and we've got some very poor players. The squad has been left to rot for years. As you said, Mari, quite rightly, those 3 transfer windows where we did nothing. It was beyond. It wasn't just the stagnation there. It was we actually went backwards. We regressed, and we haven't recovered from that. We've been trying to catch up ever since, and not enough money's thrown at it to make up for that mistake. And we're in this sort of situation now where we're not going to get out of it without serious investment. And I don't. How many of us really believe that that's going to happen? Because I certainly don't. I think Conte's come here. Why has he come here? I mean, you have to start asking that. Why would he bother coming here when there's no investment going to happen? He must know these players aren't good enough. He's
What if he's like in trouble? What if he's in trouble with a mob and needs the money? So he joined us. He joined us to get the cash with no intention of like fixing our football team. He was like, shoot.
There was that rumor of him losing a lot of money on a scam, wasn't there?
See, I think he just really needed a job, and Levy offered him the most money, and he was like, you know what, I'll do it, whatever.
I mean, all I can think of otherwise is Levy's managed to get his backroom team to put together a few fancy videos, piecing together highlight reels to make the team look good. And Conte's fallen for it because can't see why else he'd be here. Better to be in the Bahamas himself and dealing with this.
Yeah, so there's something up there. That's what I was going to say. There's something afoot. Like, he sticks around. He takes tons of abuse. Like, I don't know. Why wouldn't... I don't know. They don't even have to. We don't even have to spend more. We just need to spend more. Just spend smartly. Like we've spent the last couple windows. I think if we keep spending like we have like the past like 2 windows, then we're like up there. As long as we make like astute signings and don't, you know what I mean? Just sign a bunch of stupid. Hopefully they'll turn good and make you a profit type players. Like we're either gonna we need to either be a team like Southampton where like that's literally what they do on purpose is go out and look for players to like flip, or we're one of the big boys and we're going out and we're buying players to start for our team to improve the squad like that day. And I don't know, it seems like Levy wants to do both, and I think that's you can do one or the other and be good at it, but I don't think you can do both things like simultaneously. You can buy some projects, but you have to buy teams that are ready for the first team, and lately what we've got hasn't really improved us.
I think Conte summed it up when he's saying before about the academy. He wants to buy ready-made players to go straight in that first team. You don't buy the players for the future. You've got an academy for that. Why do both? It's a waste of time having one of them
Yeah.
if you're going to be buying in young hopefuls. Yeah, it's just the way the club's been run in the last 20 years. That's why I'm no longer angry. I just don't care anymore. Seen it all before. We've been here so many times. It's always smoke screen and mirrors every single time. Halfway through the transfer window already, we haven't even shifted a player out. We know he's going to wait to shift players out before anybody comes in, so nothing will happen. The best we can hope for is a player on loan. What we're looking at, Andy Carroll.
I wish we would look at. Are we really? Because honestly, I know that's a dumb thing, but I'm just like I'd take him. Dude could bang in a couple in a cup game. You know what I mean? Like I literally feel like Andy Carroll would. I would be like, okay, at least we signed somebody. Because I mean, no doubt we're gonna sign one or two players. I think, but like Adama Traore and who else? you know,
That's your reaction summed it up there. It's okay.
Jesse Lingard.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind Jesse Lingard. I think
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
No, thanks.
He's a Dele upgrade. I think
Yeah.
they're similar players, but I think he's better and maybe has a better. Even though he used to kind of be like very, and he might still be, but I know he's got kind of a douchebag personality off the field. But he seems to be a better player than Dele though. So I'll put up with your off-field antics if you can put the ball in the net or set up goals.
Did well at West Ham, didn't he? So
He did.
just getting away from United's the key.
Yeah.
evening, fellas. Ricky,
Oh,
Paul,
Jens.
Aaron, Sean,
Bye,
Sam,
Jens.
audio. And I'm just reading the statements. Everybody's deflated. Just deflated. I don't think people are angry anymore. It's just we know we're not as good as these other teams. We're just deflating. I'm gonna go to Tiago. Oh, what are your feelings, bro?
I started streaming a few months ago, and wait, here we go. Here we go.
Boom. Boom.
I started streaming a few months ago, and I never had the opportunity to have a real rant on the stream. And I think the time has come because I understand what everybody says about Daniel Levy, but I think it doesn't matter how much you talk about him if you don't look at yourself. Because we cannot forget that the fans are a huge part of why we are where we are.
Labelman, I agree
We've
with you.
been here before with players who have again and again let us down. These players never gave us a trophy. It's not only Daniel Levy. You look at these guys on the field, when it matters the most, they don't have passion. They don't fight for this badge, for this shirt. It's not only Daniel Levy. It doesn't matter how much it doesn't matter how much you scream Levy out, how much you scream back Conte, and this is not aimed at anyone specific, just to make it clear. Doesn't matter how loud you scream back Conte, Levy out, if you're gonna do the same thing over and over again. Before Antonio Conte came in, we were all saying Davies needs to go, Winks needs to go, Dyer needs to go, Sanchez needs to go, Dele Alli needs to go, Ndombele needs to go. They have 2 good games. We have people making memes of them winning Ballon d'Ors and saying they're good. Their careers were revived. Harry Winks had a lucky overhit cross against Morecambe. He was shit against Morecambe. Couldn't control the midfield a single second. He's getting a mural at Tottenham saying he's a legend, he's an effort role model. He isn't. Look at how he played today. Terrible. Ben Davies, for years, the same 4 out of 10 player. Never gave anything special. He only plays as a left side center back because he's the only player who is defensive minded, who is good with his left foot. Because nobody else is. That's the only reason why he's playing. The same goes for other players. Sanchez and Dyer, We know they have that individual mistake in them, and we're starting to see it again. When is it going to stop? We complain about Daniel Levy being complacent with the squad because he let the squad rot and get to the point it is today. What have the defense done? 2 good games, and they're saying these players are amazing. The only players that we were saying needed to leave before Conte came in and that are still sad players that needs to go as soon as possible are Ndombele and Dele Alli. It's not only them. It's been for years. For years. Spurs fans are just as complacent as Levy. They're just as bad as Daniel Levy. It's not gonna change until we see real change. We need to see the same guys who failed under Pochettino to go. I don't care if they were good against Liverpool. Fuck this. Get out. Your time is done. You've had your time to make your name at Spurs. You didn't. 5, 6 years. It's more than enough. No other big club is gonna do this. Do you really think these players would have lasted 6 years at Man City, at Chelsea, and Liverpool, and Man United? They wouldn't. And we let it happen because every single time it's the same thing. Things get bad. We need to sell the whole squad. A new manager comes in. They start working harder. They have 2 good games. We stop talking about them. They are out of the fan conversations, and they do anything else. They don't work harder because they got what they wanted. They have their wages. The fans don't complain about them, and that's it. And we keep going. Today at the stadium, Daniel Levy was there. Why can't the fans scream Levy out? Why can't you scream back Conte? Why is it only behind the keyboard? I don't do this because I don't live in the UK. I don't go to games. I've never been to a Spurs game before. But you need to do this. You need to stop being complacent. You need to make your voices heard. But it's not going to change until you stop being as bad as Daniel Levy. Because Daniel Levy is complacent. He's not going to change the squad. And us defending these players like we do every single time a new manager comes in, we are just as bad as Daniel Levy. It doesn't matter how loud you scream, I hate Daniel Levy, I want Daniel Levy to go, these players are shit. We need to back Antonio Conte. It doesn't matter how loud you scream these things. Because you're just as bad as Daniel Levy because you let these players stay here year after year after year, manager after manager. It's always how many managers does Daniel Levy need to sack before he understands he needs to back the manager? But guess what? Every new manager that comes in, a player has 3 good games, he stays, he's good, he still has something in him. Do you expect change? Change yourself. If you want to change the world, you start by changing yourself. If you want Spurs to change, you need to start by changing yourself and stop being complacent with these players. Enough is enough. We've seen it before. We've been here before. Learn. Making a mistake is human. Making the same mistake twice, 3 times, 4 times is being stupid. And that's it.
And Thiago, you said it 100% correct. And I'll just add on the only time this guy had fear was the Man United game when on the South Side, which the same people that label him, who make believe that they didn't hear those fans yelling, "Leave me out." 4 days later, we get Antonio Conte. And then those same people are the same people, exactly what you say. Harry Winks is Iniesta, Ballon d'Or for Davies. You know, just unreality. Like I said, when I look on the field, every time I see the game against Chelsea, I'm like, there's a big difference. They're worlds ahead better than us. Mind you, I hate Chelsea. Like I really do hate Chelsea, really, really do. And it hurts me. It just hurts me. I can't even get mad anymore. It's just reality hits that these teams are levels. And Conte said it last week. They're levels ahead of us.
He
The
said it
truth
today
is,
again. He just said, I'm annoyed, and I don't think we can recover the players for Arsenal. He's already throwing the towel. He knows we're going to lose that game. Not only because the players are tired, because we don't have quality. And then you're going to go to social media. For example, Emerson. Everybody's going to say his crossing is terrible. In the two games, he had the most dangerous chance for us. That header today was the
he
most
can't.
dangerous chance we have. And people are not going to talk about this. They're going to slander him. Højbjerg was the best player today. Nobody's going to praise him. Everybody's going to say he's shit. He can't break teams down. He's not good dribbling. And then the guy gets an overhit lucky cross against Markham. Amazing. Iniesta, best midfielder we've had since Gaza. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you stupid? Honestly.
I love it. And I thought Kane, despite you overhit it to Lucas, he tried his ass off. But
Oh yeah, Kane played
was he
really well in
surrounded?
like that number 10 role almost today. He was almost the 10 that got him behind and
You're only surrounded by what you're surrounded by. Like
mhm.
literally. I don't want to hear any talk bad about Kane because he can only try what he has around him. And it's just yeah. We'll go to Colin and then we'll go to the King. Colin.
Well, Tiago, that was awesome. Hope you rant more often. We need to have a Tiago. Well, hopefully things don't get this bad or stay this bad, so there doesn't have to be many more of these.
Could
But
be.
those you can rant with the best of them, my friend. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say really. I think that whenever I saw the team sheet, it looked to me like Conte knew he was kind of throwing this competition, and like I don't mean that in a bad way, but we have a team where we can't really afford to play many of our subs or our second string players at the same time. Like we definitely don't have a fully rotated squad like some teams can do. And you take more than like one or two of our starters out, and I mean Sonny's out just because. Then I feel like our team is not good enough. I feel like our starters are good enough a lot of the time, can be. But if we have too many subs or too many second string non-starting players in the lineup, then it just looks like they've never played together. The link up play is not there. Teams pass around us like we seem like we've got concrete shoes on. It's just I don't know. And I also will just say that I didn't understand the decision not to play Hugo. I would have had Hugo in goal, and that's another reason why I think Conte kind of threw this competition. He's known as a guy that like doesn't. If you look at back in his coaching career, he hardly ever uses backup goalkeepers, like almost never. And it's because like how much do you exert yourself? I know there's a chance of getting injured, of course there is. And so maybe that was the factor. I don't know, but it seemed awfully weird to me to not throw Hugo in there in a must-win tie at home against the London rival, but. So maybe Conte got that wrong, which is allowed. Like people can make mistakes, but he either got it wrong or was throwing the cup, but I don't know which one. Doesn't it seem like it was one of the two? Like you guys would have played Hugo, right? It just makes
I
sense.
I yes and no. Um, I think Conte was maybe sending a message that we don't have the depth. I mean, I know the guy went to the Afcon for Chelsea, but they had a backup goalie, so he's showing they're playing their backup goalie. We're playing our backup goalie.
But I don't think he would. I don't think he would lose on purpose. It just is weird. I don't know. I never thought of Conte as that guy because he has such a big.
Yeah, he wouldn't lose on purpose. He threw him out there. He wanted to rest Lloris. We have to
Yeah.
believe him. We have to believe him that he wants to rest Lloris. But I don't. Even if Lloris played, they would have. They're just.
We got. I mean, yeah, Golini made some good saves himself. You're right. You know what I mean. For that one miss, I mean, I can think of two saves he had that. Lloris probably would have made them. They were really good saves, and so it's not like he was terrible out there. I just thought it was weird to me because I mean, you would
Yeah.
think in a must-win game, London derby at home in a cup, that you would play the guy that's team captain, but I don't know. Weird. The whole thing, I don't know. It just sucks. It sucks that we lose one or two players and we can't really it's one or two players out and we're screwed. And that just shows that you're like you were saying, those transfer windows hurt us, and we haven't strengthened when other teams did, and we need to strengthen in depth. Like it doesn't need to be one player out the door. We need to get rid of a lot of players, and then get a lot of players in the door. But I mean, it's how are we the only team that can't manage to do it?
Yeah. King.
Well, I know you guys know how I'm thinking, but the fact is, this goes back further than that. It goes back to when Poch was there. We just lost in the final to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before and I'm saying it again. He went to Levy and said, we need a rebuild. What happened? Within weeks, he was sacked. We then don't deal in three transfer windows while all the others around us are strengthening with decent players. Right? We may have got the odd few washouts. We didn't get any real, what I call real big name players, decent ones that can do something. And suddenly here we are with all this going on, and people seem shocked, shell-shocked and surprised. I'm not. I expected this, and I expected this years ago. We were going down under Poch's reign. We'd reached our zenith, we were dropping off, and he said to Levy, we need a rebuild. So to thank him, Levy sacked him. Then miss out, again, I'm repeating it, we missed out on three, not one, not two, three transfer windows where everybody else strengthened, and what we did was slide further behind. And here we are. What have we got? We've got nobody to come in and replace any so-called first team players. There's nobody there. The whole side's falling apart. It really is. And we're in tatters. And, Thiago hit on the point, which I totally agree with. We need to jump on it and say, come on, Levy, get out the bloody club. You're doing nothing. You're no good. Because it's the only time when that man acts when he thinks people are against him. But the problem is when Brian Daigle was over here stirring that situation up, he didn't get as many backing him as he should have done. We should all get behind Brian Daigle because he's bloody dead right. And here we are. We're all facing this. We're all sick as parrots, all of us. Yeah. No, we needed the manager that we've got, but we need the players also. And I'm sure Levy could work one of his fantastic deals and buy some decent players. He doesn't have to buy 22 players, but at least 4 or 5 or half a dozen even. 2 really good players right now would help us. Kane's not doing that much. I'm not running him down, but he's not doing that much. He can't do it. Sonny's out, so he hasn't got back up there. We've got nothing up front. There's no spear point like there was. Our sharp edge has gone down the toilet. And here we are. We're all crying into our beer mugs or our tea mugs. But the writing was on the wall over 3 years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago. And here we are, as we see it. And I think it's a very, very sad indictment of how this club has gone down the toilet. And I'm going to quote Birkinshaw once more. There used to be a football club over there.
Yeah.
We haven't got one at the moment.
I'm going to tell a story, and this being Spurs Love Lounge, right? I'm gonna tell this story. There was this one show my sister was watching, and I stumbled upon, sitting on the couch. I was watching the show, and it was kind of a show. It was one of those dating shows, kind of like arranged marriages in a way. It was like kind of like arranged profile marriage type of shows, and it was the guy, the
Sorry.
girl, in the process of before they get married. The girl wanted. She says, "I want to be with a sugar daddy." Right? If you guys don't know what sugar daddy, that's someone that has lots of money, very wealthy, and lives that lavish lifestyle. She told him through the internet chats. She told him through telephone calls, FaceTime. This is what I want. And when he finally met the girl, because it's kind of like a documentary, right? He was shelling the money and stuff like that. But in reality, he was not a sugar daddy. He was just an ordinary Joe. But the girl warned him, "This is what I wanted. This is what I want. Are you that?" And the guy says this, right? And then what ended up happening was they got married, right? And it was a horrible marriage right from the start because she found out the truth. This guy is not successful, does not have that much money and stuff like that. And yes, that girl, she's horrible because she really wants a relationship for the money and materialistic stuff. But she was honest from the beginning. This is the guy I want to be with, is a sugar daddy. And the guy posed that he was that. He thought the girl would change her mind because of the heart and personality. No, from the beginning, she said she was a one of those girls who just wanted a sugar daddy. And they ended up getting divorced. I use that in sense of Spurs and Conte to sign this guy, right? Levy is saying we are a top 6 club, right? We're not Norwich, right? We're not frugal with our money like Norwich or the Southamptons, right? We are a top 6, right? And he needs to thank Bill Nick, Berkshire, and all those who made before Enoch came Tottenham top 6 club. I'm at the mall 2 weeks ago. A Liverpool fan says, "Man, I love that you guys hired Conte. I just feel sad for you guys because you guys are not going to spend." This is a Liverpool fan telling us that Levy won't spend. Yet fans of other clubs, they already know. Oh, you got a great coach. Remember I said Tuchel's working with a bazooka. Conte has a toy gun. Conte is better than Tuchel. So going back to my point of that the whole dating that Conte says, "Look, if I'm coming in, you're gonna have to back me. You're gonna have to back me." And Levy said, "Yeah, I'm gonna back you. Yeah. Just like that guy told that girl, yeah. I'm gonna back you. Yeah. And now Conte is like that woman who is in that stage of feel like, shit, I wish I could go back into time and tell them no. I should have waited a week for United. Because United, they're going to fork over the money. They're going to fork over the ambition.
But you have to agree. At least we got like Conte improvements in the short term.
Conte, and it's scary. You're getting scared. That's the first point I want to make. The second point, I don't know, these rumors, I'm getting sick and tired of these rumors. The rumors for Antonio Rudiger, who scored today, and then it was Martin.
Rudiger.
No, I do not like. He's good.
I hate that
do
dude.
not want this guy near my club. He is the enemy. He made false racism accusations against our fan base.
Yeah,
I do not want this guy anywhere near our club. It's like saying Sergio Ramos is going to sign for Barcelona. No. I do not want Rudiger anywhere near my club. He's great. He's good. But he plays for Chelsea.
Yep.
And he has been a pain in our ass. Why would I want him on our club? No, I do not want him at our club. That's the last point I want to say. Because we keep being linked to him or we can get him on the free. I don't care if Rudiger said I'm a sign. I do not want Rudiger. It's gonna be hard for me to root for this guy on that team. I do not want Rudiger. Those who are watching, I hope you guys agree. I do not want to be near Rudiger at all. All right, I had to say that out. He is. I do not like him. I absolutely do not like Rudiger. I pray and hope do not sign this dude. But it'll be extremely hard to root for this guy. And I know he's put on the badge, but please, I just do not like Rudiger.
Well, I just want to remind you. You all know that years ago when ENIC were about to take the club over, I actually met Levy and the board of directors, etc. I supposedly won this contest. Anyway, I told you also, he said to me in a private discussion in the boardroom that they were fans just like we all are, and that they want to take this club to where it should be. A great club winning all the trophies, etc. We're 22 years on, and what have we got? Nothing.
Are you suggesting though maybe he's not bad, maybe he's just an idiot and not good at his job?
No, what I'm coming to is this, Colin. This ENIC are property developers, right? They've come to Spurs, they've taken Spurs, they've got a massive foothold in North London now, and already they're developing all the properties all around. They can make billions by redeveloping North London, not just Tottenham, North London, and this gives them the base to do it.
Damn,
all
that's
the banks.
grim.
They have all the banks eating out of their hands. I can tell you that now. You've only got to look at the setup with these different companies. Brian Daigle was talking about this not so long ago, and we had a discussion here in my home. Right? It's quite right. Jamie Gitt says Levy is a liar and a manipulator. He's absolutely all of that. And he's not the slightest bit interested in a football club. He's interested in the billions he can earn with the rest of his crew. And this is the problem. This is what we're faced with now. So how do we get rid of this guy and his backing crew? That's what we need. We need him out. Gone.
So
Coming
Mark,
back.
You make a really good point, Arthur.
Mark Cousins in the house. Yeah, man. I just it's
Sorry, Colin.
yeah, and having Rudiger on that team, it's just certain people in sports in general. It's I just don't want Rudiger on that team.
Forget Rudiger, Murray, but you did mention Sergio Ramos. I'd have him in the team.
Oh yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. But I'll just say like a Barcelona. But it's like saying Barcelona, Real Madrid taking like when Figo went from Barcelona to Real Madrid. You know, he was a talent. He wasn't hated. Like Barcelona fans hate Sergio Ramos and don't want him anywhere near the club. Vice versa, Piqué. It's like saying Piqué going to Real Madrid. That's like unheard of. Like no, like it. And so that's how I feel about Rudiger. Yes, King.
Colin was going to say something when we cut across him, and I'd like to hear what he's got to say.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say you put across a point that I hadn't really thought of enough. Just that I have to do some more thinking and some more research myself now. That I hadn't really. It's kind of a grim prospect. I feel like he could have done all that without lying to everybody. You know what I mean? You could have just come in and been like, "Hey,
Absolutely.
we're gonna back this team to but not I don't know. I still do think that maybe they do think that they must know that having a good football team will make them potentially like even more money, and so I think they're trying. I honestly don't think they have like negative intentions for the club because that's not in their money's best interest, So I think that like they have to be trying, but you're right. Like they're probably shooting for like top four, and that's literally like the ambition. I think right now is top four,
But
just to get.
sorry, Colin, you're not going to get top four if you don't put the team in place to do it. And
Yeah,
they spend all this money. Well, it hasn't cost Scenic money, right? It's the club that's paying for it. This new stadium, the new training facilities, wonderful. Everybody in the world that's seen that, have said what a wonderful, wonderful scenario. You know, a beautiful place. But they haven't got the bloody team to grace the field. We're in tatters. And that's the problem. If you're going to run a football club, then run a football club. Don't run a bloody consortium or an events and marketing situation. You want the team to play and start winning things. We haven't got it.
Tiago, you gonna say something?
Yeah, just two very quick points. First, sports fans in general underestimate the power fans have in football because United fans invaded Old Trafford
Yeah,
months ago with the Super League thing. In the summer, they bring in Sancho, Varane, and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's who they buy. Arsenal, a huge protest outside their stadium. The club that spent most money in Europe, look where they are now. And just one thing, a friend of mine, he's an Arsenal fan. He's actually going to be in our North London Derby stream on Friday. I asked him, give your honest and full opinion on the game. He said, you were terrible. Ref was trying to give to a penalty, but neither were penalties. Chelsea completely controlled the game, and all your players seemed like they didn't want to play for you anymore.
yeah,
An
and
Arsenal fan.
yeah, and remember the excuses, right? Oh, we had two own goals last week. People gonna say the three VAR, and granted the VAR got it correct. Oh, this is if those things didn't happen, if Conte said that is best. We hope to win. What's the difference between Chelsea and Tottenham? We hope to win, and Chelsea they expect to win. That's what Conte said when he was the coach at Chelsea. He said it. He said it. Yes, Tiago, you continue on.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's been like this for so much time that even Arsenal fans who had all the reasons to not care about us, they know what's gonna happen. They know how it works. Everybody knows what's gonna happen at Spurs, and everybody sees it, and it makes me pissed that the fans can't, that our own fans cannot see this.
Yeah,
It pisses me off that our own fans
Tiago,
were
I think
deluded.
that yeah, like delusion is the perfect word. Like especially like a lot of the local fans. Like I don't know, it's I feel like it's I don't know when you're like a person that doesn't like come from a lot or have a lot. I feel like it's easy to be fooled, and I feel like at first maybe Levy like fooled everyone, and with all like the investment they were doing into the area and stuff like, but
Yeah,
not a lot has come back to people, and so I think it's time for people to start, being angry about that. There's like the local
yeah,
people, a lot of them can't go to matches, dude. They don't have money to even attend a match, and so I don't know. It's pretty. That part of it really irritates me that they've priced out the people whose backyards they're literally living in, and they can't even go see a match.
yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
Kova, let's go back to you. Anything else to add? Input?
Um, just ranting about in general. I mean, it's deflation we're feeling because we know nothing's going to happen. There's no easy fix in the short term. Because of that, we can't really see Conte staying long term. Where are we going? It feels like there's no direction now. We're just stuck in a well, it's not even stuck in a rut. We've just been lamenting away. Conte comes in, you get the new manager feel. Some players appear to approve, but as Thiago rightly pointed out, we elevate the likes of Ben Davis and jokingly, of course, in most cases saying, "Oh, Ballon d'Or winner" and everything like that. but it's a marked improvement. But it still doesn't make him a great player. It just means he's
No.
improved from what he was. That's the kind of level we're at. I mean, we didn't really play all that badly against Chelsea. We're just not good enough. That's the real thing. I mean,
Exactly.
it's relative to other teams' ability, and our team is just not good. We've got. Go on.
I'm just going to add to that, Coover. I think there's a great deal of floundering around and a full sense of helplessness. And this is why we're so deflated.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like looking at, well, if you like, government elections or something. It feels like there's no real choice at the end of the day. It's just the same thing, no matter what you do. No way you can do anything about it. I mean, we can protest as fans, or we can organise bigger protests, but if they really don't want to sell out, you can't force them to.
No.
And with this talk of all the extra development going on with 72 new homes around the ground, and the talk of developing the whole of North London, I mean, do you see them suddenly jacking in that idea? Because I don't.
No, because top THFC will be their central base.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just it's like a token. Well, at one point I described the team as it's the organic advertising suite. It's nothing more than that. The real business they're interested in, they're doing off field. NFL, of course, that'll be huge when that comes in.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're looking to build a franchise from grassroots up, that's a huge investment anyway. But I think they'd be prepared to do it if they tie it in with sort of US TV networks, something along those lines. There's going to be a huge deal involved because, I mean, they'll be interested in it. We're just stuck. We're just hoping for something to change, and it's probably not going to. It's going to take the likes of somebody as mighty as Amazon to buy out the club to really change things. But is that good for football in the long run? It'll be great for us, but is that really something we want to be seeing? Like one mega club globally? No, it's not a good thing. Our times, is it too late? The times have just changed that much, though. It's inevitable now. All clubs are businesses. We don't see fan power anymore. We're just sort of an irrelevance where, suck it up, buy whatever we tell you to buy, and you just you're stuck with that. It's frustrating, and we're all feeling that way. I totally agree, Arthur. It's just this flat feeling. There's just nothing going to happen.
I also coin the phrase, it's like sailing in a sea of mediocrity. We're not going anywhere fast.
Yeah.
In fact, the only place we're going is down.
Yeah. And so I pose this next question, and I'll say this. And let me hide this, and let me remove this. I get that there's a healthy balance, right? And I saw a great debate with Ben and Dago on We Are Tottenham. I look on Twitter. There's a balance. All right, it's only the day. Well, I lost track of the date. Today's the 11th. It's the 11th, right? We still got 20 more days to 31st, right? But there's 20 more days to do transfer business. But the pattern, like I said, when people have gone through 20 years of just disappointments in the transfer window, the pattern, when you see an article, now Chelsea and Barcelona are interested in Traoré. Mind you, I'm going to be honest, I didn't like Adam Traoré, but we need him. We need warm body blood, because between COVID and injuries, we need him. Sonny's injured, slip him right in. But you look at, they're finagling the prices in regards to they're playing hardball with Wolves in regards to a fee for Traoré. We want 15 million, and they want 20. They want 20. And you see the same old patterns. Ajax wants Bergwijn for 15 million, right? Everybody was for everybody to go. Well, we want 20 to 25, what we originally paid him. And it's just like it's the same old patterns in regards to what Levy is doing that makes people scared that he's not going to get back. And so, can you blame people who have post-traumatic Levy disorder? Can you blame them for feeling that way? And so, I think the fan base needs to be unified, but we need to be understanding. Yes, we can be patient. We can be patient, but also too, just be understandable that we have seen this over and over and over again. It's like a replay. So I'll throw this out to Kuva. Are you liking what we're hearing for the transfer window?
No, of course not. What's happening? It's just rumors, speculation, nothing concrete. If we go with the what we assume is the MO for Levy and transfers, he wants to get players moved out before he brings in new players. We haven't seen anybody leave, let alone come in through the door. Nothing happening halfway through the window. He's off to Barbados in the middle of the transfer window when you think should be busy, because it's obvious to everybody except for Daniel Levy that we need new players. Nothing's happening. Nothing looks like it's happening. I mean, if we're really supposed to be moving on things, why is Paratici at the game? You'd have thought he'd be busy on the phone dealing with other managers and club chairmen and directors of footballs, players' agents. No, I've got time for the game. I mean, what's he going to do while he's doing that? There's nothing happening. I mean, I genuinely will not be surprised if we don't sign a single player. Absolutely nobody. Nobody wants to leave. Nobody's going to want to buy our players. We keep hearing this Newcastle, they're after Dele Alli, they're after Rodon, they're after Bergwijn. Who's seriously going to leave? Which of those players?
Bergwijn's leaving for sure. I think Kuva.
He could do. I don't think he'll be to Newcastle though.
Oh no! If Bergwijn goes, it's going to be to Ajax almost definitely. They just sold a player, David Neres.
David Neres, yeah.
Bergwijn has value, but I mean Dele Alli.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But Bergwijn though, I'm sure is going.
That could be the case.
I think that's why he wasn't even in the squad. I feel like otherwise we would have seen him make some kind of appearance today. But I think they're making sure that we don't get him. He's so injury prone. I think they're making sure we don't hurt him again before he goes off.
Yeah, probably is. There could well be something in that. If that's the case, that opens the door to say Traore, which we're linked with. Is that going to solve our problems? I don't think so. Awful player in my opinion, but I suppose awful player's better than a constantly injured player in some way. So at least you can actually physically get them on the pitch. I just don't see anything happening worthwhile. We're not going to improve the squad. We might just change one player for another, but it's going to be no more than that. 21 years of seeing this under Levy. That is a serious amount of form. It's not going to just change like that. He's not going to suddenly dip into his pockets and say, "Here's some of that hard-earned profit I've made for Enoch and myself." He's not going to throw that back into the club. Why would he? Goes against the reason he owns the club.
Well, he's going to go down in history as the worst bloody owner since its inception.
We've had some bad ones, though, haven't we, mate? Irving Scholar nearly bankrupt us.
Brought more trophies in. Tiago, I pose the same question. Are you like what you're hearing so far in the transfer window?
Not at all. Because the fact that the meeting between Conte, Paratici, and Levy was at the 10th of January, after 1/3 of the transfer window was gone, it already tells you something's wrong. It should have been before the transfer window opened. They should be talking since Antonio Conte joined. Why did it take Daniel Levy to wait for 1/3 of the transfer window to be gone so he can talk to Antonio Conte? For me, it already tells everything you need to know about this transfer window. It's going to be ridiculous again. Adama Traore, in the summer, I was like, I don't want this guy anywhere near the club. But right now, I'm taking him over Doherty as a right wing back all day long. I don't care anymore. Like, just Matt Doherty. Doesn't matter what you do, he's not gonna play well. I'm taking Adama. But then I start looking at the squad. We need a better backup goalkeeper. For me, we still need a top quality central defender or right defender. We still need the left center back. We need a box midfielder. We need a midfielder that can score goals. We need another winger. We need a backup striker. We basically need one player in every position. It, I know it's not gonna be solved in only one transfer window, but if we're not doing this right now, the same excuse will come in the summer. We cannot solve everything right now. It's not only one transfer window. I mean, the excuse will go on and on and on and on. We're gonna see these players again and again and again. Today, I think was Matt Law who was putting out reports that Spurs don't have as much money as people think to spend in January. Again, the same story. Oh, Spurs have limited budget. I I don't know what to say because it's same old, same old. The whole club is the same thing. With the players, we know they're gonna let us down when it matters the most. We know Daniel Levy will say we spend money, but when it comes to the time to spend money, he's gonna say we don't have money to spend, and we're gonna stay in the cycle until, for some miracle, him and Joe Lewis decide to sell the club. Because honestly, it breaks my heart because I just want to see us win. Like, is that asking for too much as a football fan? I mean, I come from a country in which winning is all that matters. We've won the World Cup 5 times. We come from glory. We win stuff, and I want that to see with my club as well. And I don't think that's asking for too much. Like it's insane. It's insane. Aston Villa, Brian Coutinho are going to sign Luca Digne, are going to go for Bissouma. Not necessarily the players we need, but Villa are doing their business.
Yeah.
They need players. They're getting them done. If City was in need of a center back, they would have got a center back by now already. Liverpool wrapped up Van Dijk before the January transfer window opened. Why can't we do it? Why doesn't the rules apply to us? Why are our rules different? Why is it difficult for us?
Exactly.
We are the eighth richest club in the world. How the fuck can we pay 20 million pounds for Adama Traore and we have to go and ask for Rose to accept a low one? I, I just, I'm just tired. And I'm not going to stop supporting Spurs. I'm not going to stop watching the games. I love this club till the day I die. I can't see myself without it, but it still makes you just feel much worse than life already is because Spurs is the only way to maybe get some happiness, but we never get happiness with this brick. So
Colin, I put this picture up of Fabio Paratici, and it looks like a guy. I'm gonna capture this that says, "Shit, when I need players, Juventus would give me the free pass." like literally, I'm thinking in his mind, he's like, fuck. I used to, man. If I needed money or players, I,
Yeah,
I would get it. But now his mind, he's just like,
he's like that kid that's like out on his own and has to use his own money for the first time. But yeah, no, it's not good, man. He's not. I'm sure he's not happy. I wonder now. I'm thinking with what everyone else has had to say. Maybe we did kind of throw this game as like a hey, look, we do need to spend, like, please spend money or we're screwed. There's something about it seems fishy to me, and I guess I could see that making sense and maybe we even working. We're out of another cup, another chance at silverware gone. That's what this team wants. It's what everyone, I'm sure, in the hierarchy of like the leadership, knows that's the that's what's every team doing if not going for silverware. So I don't know. We threw ourselves out of another competition today, and maybe that's the. We always say this, but maybe that'll kickstart things. I honestly do think we're gonna have a signing or two, but yeah, he's not happy. He's not. He's definitely not going to be getting the budget he's used to, and it's a good thing that he comes with such like a long list of players because that gives Levy time to look and say, okay, who's the cheapest on the list? He's like, okay, cool list and everything. Like, I like it, I get it, but who's the cheapest? Okay, get them, and then yeah, but we'll end up with Adama, and maybe. I have a hard time thinking we're going to get another striker, but people keep saying that I'm an insane person, but get me Alexander Mitrovic. I think that's his first name from Fulham. Give me that dude as a backup striker. He can bang him into the championship. Like, bring him. Let's see what he can do. It just sucks. There's players out there, and to not have signed any is kind of an embarrassment. Like, they don't even have to be good. Like, they don't even have to be a name that like gets me off my couch. I wouldn't even mind having to Danny Rose it if we just got in a player, to play when Harry Kane needed a break or when Sonny needed a break. And I know we tried that, I think, kind of with Bergwijn, but that was such a panic buy. Clearly was a panic buy, and I'm glad we're going to get what looks like close to our money back on him. He's a good player. He's just not what we needed. And I don't know. This is Partici needs to show why he's got kind of a name in this game because we need good transfers. We've shown lately Levy's willing to spend a bit more. There he is than he used to. And Ndombele cost quite a bit, record signing or whatever. And then no, why can't I think of his name right now? Lo Celso was also not cheap. So, I mean, Levy will spend. We just got to not buy players that end up not fitting into our team. And I think that involves also backing a manager and not having like a manager merry-go-round because like maybe Ndombele would thrive in Poch's system that we had if he could play that like,
But Connor, what you say those two signings, which took bad recruiting, especially on Tanguy, are outliers? What did you say they were outliers? Because, like I said, about the guy faking that he was a sugar daddy to that girl. And like I said, that girl divorced him. Like, if you are, it's like false identity. We pose like we're a top 6 club. We're sugar daddies. In reality, we're Bournemouth. We're Norwich. We like to do business where we get youth players. Like, it's like we're so frugal. The top 5, the other 5 clubs, they're like, we're top 6. We will spend for success, even if it fails. Even if it fails, and the top teams across Europe, where we say we're a top team across Europe, but we are so frugal. It's just kind of like a false identity. Like, I would accept it if we were, even if we were like Everton. I'm like, hey, we're Everton. We're not, part of the big boys. We don't have a billionaire as an owner. We have a billionaire owner. We have we show that bravado that we are top 6. We're a big spending club, but in reality, we're not. And so we got a coach. We got a coach at Conte saying that we are this, but we're not. We would have been better off with, say, Harry Potter, Graham Potter. In reality, we are wanting to date Graham Potter, get married to Graham Potter, because right now we're married to Conte. Conte's like, wait, hold on. You said you were this, and I'm ready to see some signs like you lied to me. So I don't know. Those two signings seem like it was an outlier in comparison. And mind you, they made those two signings after three transfer windows of no business. Of course, they were willing to sell out. That's the thing. When they bought those deals, were after three windows of no business.
Hmm. No, that's good thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, because people forget, oh, what they spend on Tenge? Yeah, they had to. After 3 months of not spending anything, the Premier League record, you,
Right. Yeah.
you're bound to have somebody to spend splash on Tenge. When you know what, they would have had to get Tenge splash that money if they did some business within those 3 windows that went by. But people,
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how much. I know that the club. So like, just talking money. Like there was that loan that we got, and then like I don't know. It was like restructured in some way. I remember it was around like when COVID first started. But I think there still is some money to spend. Like I think that we could probably shell out. I don't know 50 mil this January if like Levy could get 2 players for that. I feel like he would. Like I don't think that would. I actually think that is kind of likely that's more. We'll get Adama for like 20-ish, and then get another player with the rest. That'll be like decent, but not good enough to like not Son or Kane level good attacker or not. I don't know. We're just going to be really lacking. Our midfield sucks, and we need another attacker. We need another right wing back, and we need a center back, especially if Joe Rodon can't even make the bench or he's on the bench today, I guess, right? But anyway, I digress. We need players in so many areas. It's like, where do we start? What do you guys think? How much money do you think will be spent this January? I'm thinking we get like 50 mil worth of players, but I think it'll be 2 players, Adama, and then I think it'll be maybe a defensive player after that. But
let King answer that question.
We won't be spending any money unless we sell some players. And who wants to buy the bloody rubbish we've got on board? Championship sides might, and they won't pay the sort of money that Levy wants. Levy doesn't like losing money, and he will lose money on almost every single player that's in the first team and the backup team.
Oh no, you're 100% right. But I wonder if this might be the time that we finally start to do it. Because that clear out needs to happen. We've allowed players that aren't good enough to be here for too long. And
Colin, I've grown older and greyer since this mob took over, and it's not just because of the number of years. It's the maelstrom of feelings that they've put me through. You know, don't forget, I'm a season ticket holder. I spent a lot of money in this club the whole of my life. Cut me and I'm navy blue and white. But I'm just absolutely, I've had enough. And even my son tonight said, right, he threw all his Spurs stuff away, even his underpants, which had the cockerel on, gone. He said, that's it as far as I'm concerned. He said, I can't support this shower anymore. And that's what people's feelings are like.
Yeah.
Arthur's only 28.
You believe it? Yeah. He's
I had a hard life supporting
Spurs. Man.
Well, guys,
Marvin, just
go ahead.
interrupt you. I just want to, because it's an interesting quote I saw here on Twitter. A guy from just check Express saying that strange interview from Antonio Conte. Not a happy bunny appeared to him. He's been told by the club to leave Tanguy Ndombele out. And Conte said, it was a technical decision. I don't take the decision if I don't consult the club. There's a club line, and I have to follow the club line. So looks like the club asked Antonio Conte to not put Ndombele in the squad for today.
Oh, that is very, very interesting.
Yeah, for me, it shows they are really trying to get him out. I mean, they want. They're trying.
They heard the
Yeah.
boos. I mean, that's the only time they'll scare them when they hear the people. They know people do not. That's why we love the Dagos. We love some of those guys because they're like, come on, guys, show more angst so the board can hear it. The board knows that Tenge is not the most popular guy now on the team. Um, so I wanted to just put in is some love because we did the first hour and 15 minutes, just venting and
Oh,
rightly so.
oh,
Rightly so.
Mari, could I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
The Paratici picture is there going to be a round involving a caption competition for that?
I'll bring it back up. I will bring it fresh. That's fresh. I will do a caption for that. Definitely. When it
Brilliant.
comes up. I want to show some love to this player. We already have a king in the house, but I want to bring up another king who is getting some love this week.
I
And
gotta go see that mural while I'm here. That's something I gotta do before I leave. Is
yeah,
go see that
Yeah.
mural.
now I will say this: whenever there is a little turmoil or a little unhappiness, the Tottenham website always seems to put in good news to kind of deflect stuff. But I like this good news, and I'm about to show it right now. Brotherhood Club, the King, Dudley King, which is one of my favorite players. This guy plays for the bad. He plays for the heart of the team. Mr. Lefty King is big papa. This is my one and only club, and I had to stick on to hang out with him, chat with him. Here they go. Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
right there, right next to Mr. Lefty King. Look at me. Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I'm
Lefty
not jealous. That's awesome,
King.
dude.
Man, I got to hang out with that sexy beast right there. And he has been a ambassador for the club. Tried so hard. I can only imagine the injuries if, man, this guy would have been national team legend. Like, this guy is literally, people don't get it. Like, he's literally one of the best defenders of in the Premier League, let alone Spurs. I mean, you could debate. I mean, he was legend,
Oh yeah,
and so Leather
one of
King.
England's best
Uh,
defenders ever. Just in
yeah, and
general, just the
so
whole country, man.
yeah, man, this guy is a legend, and so we will start with. I'm gonna start with uh, those who start from the beginning because I saw the middle and tail end. I didn't see it from the beginning, so I'll start with Kuva, King, Tiago, and Colin in that order. Kuva, Ledley King.
What can you not love about Ledley King? Loyalty to the club. He fought his way back from terrible knee injury right at the start of his career. Stuck with it. Had to nurse his way through that injury and come back strong for it. At a time when we had a certain Judas leave us, which tore the heart out of the centre of defence. Up stepped young Ledley, and my God, did he fill his shoes and more. If it could be argued if it wasn't for perhaps the knee issues, we'd have been beating off some of the biggest clubs in Europe trying to desperately get hold of him. He was right up with the very best across Europe. Well, the world, if you like. Ambassador, great player, great temperament, leader, role model to all the youngsters coming through the club. I mean, just oozing affection for him. Name a Spurs fan that doesn't like Ledley King. Is the bloke did everything for us. Absolute legend, truly worthy of the word legend.
Yep. No, I 100% agree. King, you've seen a lot of Spurs players come and walking through those doors of White Hart Lane. I say White Hart Lane because he did play the new stadium. man, Ledley, he club legend, right?
He would have fitted right in with all my great namesakes. And I like the quote, "This is my club, my one and only club." And you know who said that? Bill Nicholson.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the same quote. Ledley King, to me, is one of the all-time great centre halves. And the best pairing was him and Jonathan Woodgate. They were superb together. Very clever players, very solid, and you know, I don't know. He's just one of. I suppose you could say he's one of my heroes. Certainly one of Spurs' best ever defenders, and he should be up there in bright lights as well. At least he rolled his sleeves up and got stuck in, unlike this bunch of numpties we've got now.
Yep. Yep. I totally agree, man. This guy would have been pissed off both legs.
Oh yeah.
He would like not would have had that, and he like literally if we had 11 Ledley Kings on the field, trust me, this team will be dramatically different. Thiago,
Murray, even with his dodgy knee when he was playing, he was a better defender than anybody we've got in the club right now.
I would agree. I would 100% agree.
The man had a brain to go with his feet.
Yep.
Very skillful.
You have to know how to compensate, especially when you may have a lagging injury. You know how to, literally compensate.
Nurse it.
Yeah. Thiago, Ledley King.
I can't talk much about Ledley King because I didn't have the pleasure to really watch him live. So I only know about Ledley, the stories that fans who have been following the club for longer say that if he didn't have the knee injury, he would probably be the best defender in the whole world. And I think if everybody who is older than me that has been following the club longer than me say the same thing, it's because it's true. And all I can do is watch videos to see what he did, and I pay huge respect to Ledley King. Well, actually, in this picture, I see a legend on the left, and on the right is just some guy at a pub.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Two legends.
Thank you, brother.
Two legends. So I pay huge respect to Ledley. I didn't have the pleasure to watch him live, but I can't really talk about him against the fans. Everybody says he's a legend. He was great even with only one healthy knee. So, what else do you want? The guy was world class even though he didn't have one knee. He was incredible. So, huge respect.
Yep. Colin, Ledley.
Yeah, I'm the same with everyone else. Just his dedication, his drive. He's one of those players. You know how a lot of players during COVID had a hard time staying healthy on their own and staying fit and staying match ready. Ledley would have been fine. The drive and determination he had to he didn't even do training sessions with the squad for the longest time. He was just, from what I understand, was just doing work in the pool to keep to keep fit and but also not damage his knee. And he still managed to be able to get out there and every weekend, every other weekend towards the end of his career and still put in really, really good performances. And I know we all know the goal he scored. The fastest, he held that Premier League record for the longest time of the fastest goal ever scored. He just one of a kind, like everyone says. You don't get players like him, I don't feel like, very often, especially not in the modern game. He was one of the last. I don't know. He cares about Spurs, and I think Harry Kane might also. And you could even say, I don't know. A lot of players that come to our academy love Spurs. Andros Townsend, even, I know he's gone, but he still loves Spurs. And you remember how emotional he was when he left, and then him and Kane are just
Suzuki Lamela. They wished us good luck. That was nice seeing. Let's talk about love. Suzuki
oh yeah.
and Toby. They still follow the team, and still so that goes to show
But
people.
Ledley had like a, I don't know. He just really was proud to be Spurs, and that goes a long way. It just he was one of us. He's a fan as much as he's a player, and that's always appreciated.
Yeah, no, definitely, and so on the Love Lounge, we want to give love to Ledley King. Hopefully, my dream is to get him on the show, just to interview him, send him a message. I know he's probably loaded
Ask
with.
him for like a 3 minute. Ask him for like a 3 minute. I read this thing where a lot of celebrities are like willing to do it if it's really short. Like they'll come on for like 2 or 3 minutes, answer like 1 or 2 questions. So you actually might have a chance if you just keep it like, tell him it's going to be a super short thing. Try that.
I will send him another message, and hopefully he sees it. So yeah, big up to Mr. Ledley King. Now, like I said, I promise you guys things will get positive. Now it's about to get funny, crazy. We have a game. You need to call your friends because this game is a funny game. It is called, and I'm going to remove this. We're in a transfer window, and of course, you gotta find the best deals. And so, knowing our chairman, Mr. Levy, we're playing the
Oh
game.
no.
It is called Shopping with Daniel Levy. We all have to be Daniel Levy. Yuck. I know. Here we go.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it. Cut it, 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 cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it.
All right. So, shopping with Daniel Levy. As you know, his tactics and whatsoever. So, this is a fun game. We're going to start down from Cuba to Tiago to Colin to the King. All right. We have in verse 20. Oh, before I preface this, my dad growing up says, you pay for quality. We're at an Italian shop. And I'm like, Dad, why do you always get, why do you such a fan of Italian furniture? They're like, they last long, they're quality. Yes, they're expensive, but they will last you years. He was exactly right. My uncle, my dad, their Italian furniture lasted like a couple of decades, 25 years, and they even sold it for a high price. When we ever got anything that was cheaper in regards to furniture, they would deteriorate like that. So here's the game: shopping with Daniel Levy. Mercedes-Benz, 35,000 American dollars, in pounds is 25,568. Kuva, you are Daniel Levy. Are you paying that price for the Mercedes-Benz? Are you going to swap deal, or your counter price? Go ahead, Kuva. Oh, you're mute. You're mute.
I think you're going to haggle the price down. I think it'd be starting more around, well, if we're going proper Levy, would start around 9,000.
That's for 2022 Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
That's
If we're going Daniel Levy, we'll offer around 9,000 and wait to see if anybody else offers anything.
Okay. Tiago, you looking for a swap deal? Or you paying that price, or you're going to counter? You're Daniel Levy.
Does this car have autopilot or not?
Oh, it has
Because if
autopilot.
so,
Let
oh,
us
it
see.
has. So,
Let
so
us
what
see.
I would do is I would buy the. I'm Daniel Levy, right?
Hmm.
I would buy the car, put on autopilot, and make the car run over me. That's it.
Yep, that would be a Daniel Levy thing. Colin, you
I
paying
would swap deal. And I would say if you pay Ndombele's wages, you can have him for the car. Be like, that's all we want.
that
That's
would
easy
be
deal.
Daniel Levy's.
Take
That
him
would
and pay his wages, and we'll take the car.
yep. No, that sounds that smells like Daniel Levy.
That's what we all
King,
want right now.
you're paying that price, you're swapping or you're countering.
If if you're swapping, you can't be swapping football players for cars. So what I would do is I'd say I need two, which comes to $70,000, and I'll give you 40,000 for the pair.
Nice.
And then somehow annoy him until they're like, fine, take it. God.
Yeah.
Now, I can see Daniel Levy with the dealership telling them, in my terms, I will cut it half, and then the rest of the payments I will give it to you in installments, which is basically car payments. But he will just do that as perfect example. Wolves want the money up front now in regards to TRA, and Danny Levy wants to pay him in installments. But if anybody, I think someone said a swap deal. I think it was Colin. If it was a swap deal, then it would have been accounted for these. They're running these quality Mercedes Benz to drive around in true Levy fashion. So yeah, I got your Mercedes Benz. You didn't say it had to be in great condition.
Murray,
Yeah.
even Levy's laughing. Look.
Yeah, he's buying the lemon. All right, the next one. All right. Ooh, Italian furniture. All right. This is $10,000 each set in regards to Italian furniture. Now, are you paying top dollar Cuva? Are you looking for a swap deal or you are countering that price?
I think I'm going to stick to my guns from the earlier one as well. I think I'm going to counter that price with £5 up front, pay another £12 after a year, depending on if I find any loose change down the back of the back of the seats. Perhaps I'll be looking to if I can sell it on at a 300% markup on the original price, then I'll be prepared to split that. 25% goes to you again.
Oh my goodness, that's so Daniel Levy. Oh man,
I'm putting the three.
That has to be the winner for that round.
Well. Yeah,
we all might as well not even
nobody
go.
can say anything else. Like, this is Daniel Levy.
Yeah,
100%.
you just killed it. You just killed it.
Yeah. There would be a lot of performance-based add-ons too. Like the furniture would have to last for 25 years, like some amount of time that it just won't. You know what I mean? And it will have to.
I get the
it'll have to have
a previous deal. Yeah.
And then like someone sitting in it has to win the like Time People of the Man of the Year award, or like, it's got to, I don't know, something historic has to happen like on the furniture. The Queen has to make love with somebody scandalous on the sofa, and then
With Mari.
we'll pay you
Doesn't
top
Mari
dollar.
love the Queen?
Yeah, I do.
Tiago said it. Tiago said
Yeah.
he put it there. Hey, I got you a small gift here that has the Queen's name on it and stuff. I got for you, Mari. I can't keep a secret, so it's a small gift, but
man. Thank you, brother. Oh man,
No, anything for you, man.
My birthday's
Anything for you.
in 2 weeks. My birthday's in
See,
2 weeks.
God, hopefully I'm home by then.
We play Chelsea on my birthday. I think I'm gonna
Oh,
grouchy.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anybody else? Did Cuba just knock it out the park?
Yeah.
I think they would have to throw in the free cushions as well,
Oh, yeah,
What's
absolutely.
that Skywalk?
and the car from the previous deal.
I'd go in there and I'd say, I'll give you 5,000. I want the contract written out by my lawyers, and I also want it on HP over 10 years.
Now we get the responses. TJ says Levy wouldn't even buy a beanbag.
Oh, I forgot to add. And if you agree to it, I'll give you a free pass to Spurs on season ticket basis for nothing.
Okay, in that case, can I counter that offer? I'd also throw in as much beer as you can drink, but you have to drink it at the club and pay for it yourself.
Also, our food costs double for you.
I like this. Levy only shops at IKEA. Yeah, he's not getting that Italian furniture. Exactly, Ben. Exactly. Oh, here go Bryce. Colin, did you break into the Queen's drawers and get Mario a pair of Queen's Goose?
I can't say for a fact that I didn't do that. So that's all I can say is just that I can't in good faith say no.
I thought the response would be sniff, sniff.
Yeah.
We're saving. I want Mario to be the first one. I didn't even.
Gentlemen, this conversation has gone downhill.
I'm afraid it's illegal. I think it's illegal in some way, maybe too. I don't think we're supposed to be talking about this.
And it started at such a peak as well.
If there was a a swap deal, since someone mentioned IKEA, this was Daniel Levy's counter would have been. Let me get the build your furniture, because you can build your furniture. As you can see here, people are building their IKEA furniture if they went with the swap deal. All right, here's the next
these things.
Here's the next one. All right, a lovely engagement ring. All right, for the ladies, right? This is a 11,000. It's on sale. It's already cut. A cut deal. It was $1,440. Now it's been cut to. It's on sale for $1,152, which in pounds is $841. Kuva, are you paying that top dollar? Are you swap dealing? Are you countering?
I think in this case, it's a diamond. It's not a lot of good to me as Daniel Levy. So I think I'll play double the price and then claim it's the best signing we've ever made.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Tiago.
What Daniel Levy would do.
I know mine already. Yes. Sorry.
I don't know. For me, he looks like a guy who could buy this, or he could be the guy that would give those rings that are like lollipops. I don't know if you guys have it in the US or in the
UK.
yeah.
Ring pops is what we call them. Yeah.
They're like, he's a huge lollipop diamond like this. He could be both.
But Tiago,
I think he'd get the ring, but not until the very last day before the wedding, and he would pay almost full price for it. But he would get it in so last minute that it would create a lot of stress, and everyone would be really mad at him because he waited until literally the day before the wedding instead of getting it before and having everyone be able to plan and relax and know that part was finished.
Well, Tiago, man, you are a smart man because I'm going to show you this. You would have counted.
Oh my God!
With the big pop.
Dude, we both called it. Talking Ball. Hey, Talking Ball just figured out your. Yeah, we got it.
Tiago, you're the best.
Yes.
He would have countered. He would have definitely countered.
I've got the knowledge.
You're exactly right. King,
Oh man.
you pay top. If you're leaving, you pay top dollar. You're swap dealing or you're countering.
Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just get a dozen packets of those pop rings and say I'll swap you for that.
there you go.
I don't even think he would get that many though. He would say, "See,
Yeah,
this is
true.
actually a really." He'd say, "This is actually really rare candy." You believe it or not, this candy is more rare than the diamond. Like I'm actually ripping myself off with this deal. Just
If you've never had a ring pop, it's very
You
delicious.
didn't have a childhood. If you didn't have one of these, you didn't have a childhood.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Perhaps you
Good
could claim you could counter with offer 12 ring pops in exchange, but then nearer the time you'd claim, well, 11 of them we couldn't get due to COVID.
Nice, right? Yeah, change the deal at the last minute too. That's
That's
another
right.
Levy tactic. Very
Papa,
last second.
Papa John's Pizza, right?
Oh God, I want that right now.
$12 in pounds is $8.56. Is Levy paying top dollar for a pie of pizza? A swap deal, or is he going to counter Cuba?
I think he would pay top dollar for it, but then re-slice it so it was double the amount of pieces and then sell them off individually and loan some out.
Exactly. That's smart. That's Daniel Levy.
Or perhaps sell off half of the new amount and then return the other half and claim there was something faulty with it.
Yeah. Oh
Get
yeah.
the money back.
Iago.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He would pay. For me, the second one Kuba said is the best. Like he would buy the pizza, eat half of it, and then gonna say, "Yeah, this pizza is not good. I want another one."
I can't eat this anymore. Yeah, I can't. This
Yeah.
pizza sucks, and we're gonna need our
And
money.
get one
Or
for
the
free.
pizza will get injured. Oh, or he will. No, he will pay top dollar for the pizza for the first time ever, and then the pizza will all slip out and fall on the floor, like right before he can eat it. Just like how all our players get injured. We finally pay a lot of money for one, and they can't get off the treatment table. That would be another Levy thing to do.
He paid. Bryce says he'll pay top dollar. Who are we kidding? He spends money on himself, not the team. that is true.
Yeah, who's the ring for? Him or the team? Yeah, these are all. Yeah, good point, Bryce. Jeez.
Go good
I think
boys
Bryce
in the house.
Hey.
Hey. Is he paid top dollar swap deal or is he countering?
Who's turn?
King?
I think it's you again, Arthur.
Right. Well, if he's anything like the shrewd player I think he is, he ordered a pizza via his maid. They'd turn up, she'd take it in. She wouldn't pay them. And then you phone up and say, sorry, we didn't want that. It's a wrong delivery. And what would they say? Oh, well, it's cold now. You can have it for nothing.
Oh yeah, that would be Daniel Levy. Yep. Yeah,
That's a good one too.
free. Yeah, no. Oh man, Gugelman's in the house.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely. If there was a counter, you would counter with Domino's. Boo! As you guys know, they made an anti-Spurs Twitter post in the UK, and so because of that, I am banning Domino's.
But answer me honestly, because here in Brazil we don't have these brands for pizza, because the pizza here is 1,000 times better than anywhere else. Which one's the best?
I like
honestly.
Papa John's. Not because
You might be right, but I worked at a Papa John's for 3 years, and I ate literally a Papa John's pizza every day almost for like 3 years. So I don't care if I ever eat it. I'd say Pizza Hut thin crust.
Yeah,
is the
I would
best
say
pizza.
this: the best
like
pizza
Domino's.
I've had. The best pizza I've had is New York brick oven pizza. I love brick oven pizza. The best pizza, number one, right? I'll go Papa John's. Any place that has brick oven pizza. Number one, I actually had pizza when I lived in Italy. I've said this
Oh
before.
yeah, Italian pizzas.
Yeah.
I went to
Dope.
Napoli, which is the birthplace of pizza,
Pizza.
Yeah,
and
man.
it was the best pizza I've ever had. In
Margarita pizza.
yeah, in Napoli.
Pizzeria.
Yeah. So
I've had it too, man. It was awesome. We must have been almost in the exact same place. That's really cool.
Hi,
Yeah.
Gogoma.
Italy was dope.
we are not going to start the controversial debate of pineapple on pizza.
Oh, never. No, don't ever do that. Don't hurt yourself like that. Don't hurt
Um,
anybody else like that. That's just cruel.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben is just going to another level here. Like, I don't even understand this.
If you're hungry or thirsty, meet up with Ben Kaufman. He'll sort you out with whatever you need.
Oh, well, does he have prawn cocktail flavored Pringles? Because we don't have those at home either. But I got these right now.
Excuse me.
I've got.
Of
You
course.
guys have cool snacks.
Yeah.
I'm the prawn sandwich brigade, but I'm just Pringles. Isn't that what they call them? The prawn sandwich. You guys know what I'm talking about. That quote by
You haven't lived until you've eaten a full tube of those in one sitting.
well, I'm gonna give it a go right now.
Chicago has the deep dish pizza. I like deep dish.
Sorry,
but it's not,
Fitzy.
yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not like an asshole, but I would never eat a lot of it on purpose.
I don't like.
It's just
I don't like thick crust either. I like it.
yeah,
thick.
they put too much sauce on it too. It just becomes
No.
like a big old mess. I'm like, you know,
It's like
this
a
could be a
The
kid
lasagna.
drink.
crust is the best part. Like, because here in Brazil it's different because we put so much topping that we need to eat that with fork and knife. We don't eat pizza with our hands.
Do you have cheese-filled base?
Oh yeah.
Randy?
Oh yeah, we had that. It's good. It's
Lovely,
good.
lovely.
What's the Domino's one called? Something like double decadence or something, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Really thin with a filling in the base.
yeah, lovely. Yummy, yummy.
I promised that we were going to show love and a lot of banter in this episode. I was preparing for a loss. And so I have our next segment is an interesting one. As you guys know, Mr. Tenge took that slow walk into the
Way
lobby.
on down.
And so I wanted to have another game, and it's called Who Will Win a Race? Here we go. Who will win a race?
Tortoise.
Tenge and the tortoise.
Yeah.
Tango will win, but like it'll be way closer than it should be. It'll
Okay,
be way closer than it should be.
so
Yeah.
there is a prize at the end that you'll see. So, but we don't know it. I will show it to you. But I will give the responses. Who will win in the race between the tortoise and Tenge? Kuba.
To leave the pitch, you'd have to say the tortoise because it would have more passion, drive, and desire, more respect for its environment. But the race to get back into your shell, Tanguy would win that.
Okay. Tiago? Who would win the race between?
Where are we racing to, Mari? Tell us that real quick, so we know. Are we racing to like a Nando's or like a?
Oh, yeah, that's another question, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
If it's McDonald's,
yeah.
if it's McDonald's, you cannot
You
say.
guys on a good track. You guys on a good track.
If you race to a burger, Tanguy wins. If you race to a piece
Yeah.
of lettuce,
All right,
tortoise.
I'll say this for stadium glory. For stadium glory, who will win a race between Tenge and the tortoise?
Does the tortoise support Tottenham Hotspur, or is it an
Yes.
Arsenal fan? Okay, it is a Spurs
tortoise.
supporting tortoise. We know that now. Okay,
Yeah,
Tortoise.
it's gotta be the tortoise because like Tanguy is gonna start running, then halfway through the race he's gonna stop because he's fat. He needs to breathe a little bit, and the tortoise slowly but surely is gonna win.
Exactly. Do you agree, King?
Yeah, and I also think that you should have a double race, and the double race would be the one we've just described, plus the race for the pay packets, and Tangy would win that.
Exactly. So
That's a good one. That's a good one.
let's see the results. Let's see the results. This is great. Parents of Fire. Great movie.
The suspense is killing me, Mari.
It is. Here you go. It is the tortoise.
Oh, I was right. It wasn't close.
It is the tortoise.
Whee!
Stadium Glory.
I knew
All
it. I
right.
knew that it would be a
I
close
put
race.
money
I
on
think I
that
get
as
the
well.
points there.
Yeah.
It's the tortoise in reverse. Yes, it is still one. And it's still one.
Mari, I just want to say this song you put in the video,
You win.
like, for me, it's funny because when I was in high school, we would have the Olympics at school. So, like, the classrooms would play against each other. And when you're in the last year of high school, you're the one who goes with the fire. I dropped it. Like, it was a huge fire, like the torch, just like the Olympics. I dropped it. I almost set a woman on fire, but it was fine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dang.
but it's good. So it's nostalgia to me.
Nice. Google with the turtles.
Go
Yep.
Guma. Yay!
Oguma. Hope you're doing good.
All right. Who will win a race between Usain Bolt and Tanguy?
That's just not even fair. Is Usain Bolt hurt? Does he
Can
have?
I answer that first? If it's a race for the pay packet, Tangy.
Yeah, I think it's the same. If it's McDonald's, Tangy wins.
If Usain Bolt has like a torn ACL in both knees, then maybe Tanguy would win.
All right. Let's see.
Yes, we haven't figured out what that band is. Yes.
Oh, where's the picture? I actually had a picture of him beating Usain Bolt. It didn't show up. Well, it was,
that's just as good. We all know.
Him go to Chick King, and of course, it wasn't even close. Tanguy wins by a mile. And here's the last one. Who will win a race between Amada Torre or Tanguy?
Tangy.
That's Traore would win, and he would be because he'd be covered in baby oil, and you couldn't grab him to pull him back from the finish line.
Yeah. No, go on, Kufa, go on.
Has anybody actually stopped Traore? Does he just constantly run? You just throw a bit of oil on him as he goes past, and he just keeps going.
Right. And exactly. He's sort of like a shark, I think, in the fact that if he stops moving, he'll die.
Exactly.
And so he's constantly running, actually, just sometimes in circles and stuff.
Running for burgers, it'll be Tangy.
Tanguy would win if there was a burger.
Running for baby oil is a drama. So.
Everybody says
pricey.
race out of his club, then Tanguy.
Oh yeah. If it's a race to try to go to Barcelona, neither of them deserve to win. But
Tanguy wins.
McDonald's this time. Oh my God! Yes.
McDonald's. The dumb burger.
Oh my God.
Burger.
I put £25 to win on that.
I'm getting hungry even looking at it. The dumb burger. Shane with the post of the day. The VAR would interfere. VAR would interfere. That's been the theme today. VAR. Yes. But yes, he would beat. As you see the evidence, he left the stadium. He went straight to Mickey D's, to McDonald's, to go get him his fries and his Nom dem burger. Yes.
Their fries are good. I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie.
Thank you, brother Aaron. Hilton said VAR can fuck off. Alexander was at the game. I agree with you. I agree.
Who'd have guessed we would have had our result ruined today by 3 correct VAR decisions?
Yes. So we still got some more fun in here. We haven't done this in 2 weeks. But our great caption.
Wait, did someone say they have McDonald's pizza? Someone in the comments says McDonald's has pizza. Red alert, red alert, red alert. I need to know about this.
Yes, some McDonald's do have pizza.
Oh my god. That sounds I want to hurt myself with that. Like that sounds so bad. But like I want to do it because I hate myself, I think, apparently. And I just do terrible things. But no. Did you know, hey Mari, in England at McDonald's they have these things called cheese dippers? Yes. Oh my god, best thing I've ever had in my whole life. You got to get a cheese dipper like whenever you come over here, bro. Don't forget cheese dippers. Anyone who's coming to England or has coming over here, the McDonald's here is better than it is at home. They've got cooler stuff.
There's one word of warning on there. It's got caution. Don't step on the scales afterwards.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't look at the calorie content on that tube of Pringles.
Kaufman.
Oh god, no, I want to.
Kaufman is right that there is only one pizza. There's only one in the United States that has pizza. It's in Florida. It's in Orlando, which is the world's largest McDonald's, which is in Orlando, Florida, and it has pizza. And the pizza's actually good.
Ooh.
That's in your home state, isn't it? Well, I don't know if you're from there. I know you're living there, but yeah, man, that's your state, Florida, bro. You gotta go. How far away are you from Orlando?
Yep.
You gotta go have some, man.
So we have captured this, and we haven't done it in 2 weeks, but here we go. I will explain it. All right, so we have 3 in 1. I had to zoom it in, but this is when that slow walk by Tanguy. Look at Romero and look at Eric Dyer, and then you zoom in, and then you zoom in. So caption this. Kuba.
Well, does it have to be Dyer or could it be Conte? Because Conte, I think, is saying, I'm wearing my winter clothes at the moment. By the time you're taking to come off the pitch, I should have packed a suitcase for summer.
Oh, that's a
very
good.
Very
that
good.
Is a very good one. That's a very good one. That's a very good. Alexander Dyer looks like he's about to say gay. Yep, no, it's exactly true. I agree, Ben. I agree. I've had McDonald's.
I didn't know how good it was going to be. Like my chicken nuggets, it took me a second to get used to them, but they taste like they're better for you here. It's weird. Like Aaron was saying in the comments that they ban all the some of the additives, and I think that must be true because I really do taste the difference. But it's like a good one. You don't feel it does. In America, we have this thing in our stomachs called the McBrick after we eat it, and I don't feel the McBrick when I eat here. So it must be something.
We gotta settle this, and it's got to be something neutral. So what you guys are gonna do? You're gonna buy McDonald's from the UK, from the US, send it over to me. I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna see which one is better.
Uber Eats International with Uber Eats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Just come down like a jet ski, like over the connecting.
It's done. We will do it. Tiago, can you caption this? It can be Romero, Dyer,
I cannot say what Dyer would be thinking because it's inappropriate, but I do believe Dyer is cursing Tanguy in every single way he knows. In English, in Portuguese. I mean, that
Chinese.
Da- Perhaps Dyer's thinking of the McDonald's situation and thinking we gave up ketchup for this shit.
Ah,
Mm,
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah, there's a curse word in mine, but I just think that he's thinking, man, I'm gonna like he's very likely to be about to kill him there because he jumped in the stands. We know that he jumped in the stands to confront the player. Like I'm surprised. He's just in his head. I can't even caption it. I can just say he's just really contemplating running onto the field and like grabbing him by the jersey and just dragging him off. And he was probably pretty close to it too, just because like I said, we know he's a hothead. So
Yeah. I wonder what song is this? Is it na 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 McDonald's and we all like McDonald's. Dumpling is gonna eat them all. Na 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 McDonald's. I think that's how the song goes.
it was beautiful. Whether that was how it goes or not, it's the way you sang it was perfect, Mari. You're a beautiful soul, my friend.
Oh, TJ is on a roll. TJ says, "There goes my bet for Tenge to complete 90 minutes."
Hey, he's done it a couple times.
uh, no, that bet for today, for that game.
Oh no! Ha 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 ha! Shit! I'm so good. That's funny. You're funny.
King, any caption for this?
I think Dyer's looking at him and saying, "For Christ's sake, get off the bloody pitch, you lazy git."
Maybe he's saying something in Portuguese and none of us even know except Tiago.
Yeah, true.
Or they're both looking over at him, leaving the pitch, thinking that buffet better be intact when we get in.
I tell you what, though, that is a bad look.
Yeah, Dyer has come a long way. Dyer looks like I'm gonna kill this
Yeah. I'm gonna kill your ass.
after Conte murders you, because he'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you after him. He kills you. All right, here's the next one. It is Harry Kane. This is before he gets in the game. This is before he gets in the game. Oh, wow. Who's trying to call me?
What's that?
That is my phone. Someone's trying to call me on the other Love Lounge. This is Harry Kane before he came in the game on Sunday against the FA Cup. Morecambe. And so we'll start from King Arthur and we'll work our way up. King, caption this.
He's probably sitting there thinking, what a shower. You can't even beat this lot.
All right. Colin? You stepped away for a second. Tiago?
Mine's pretty much like Arthur. He's like, oh shit, I need to go save these guys again, don't I?
Yeah, no, definitely. Exactly. I think everybody, well, Alexander got a good one. He says, Harry looks like he left the fridge open at home. That's not good. Shane says, damn, I had a gentleman's agreement. That's a good one. Oh, man. Okay, Colin had to step away. Yes. Ben says, Kane forgot to turn off the iron. Forgot to turn the iron off. That's a good one. Oh, TJ says, if only Charlie put a release clause in my contract. If only McDonald's was our shirt sponsor, Tailgate would be great for us. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Oh, I like that one. I bet that one. Oh, another one. Damn, I had a gentleman's agreement. That phone call I received, that Aaron said that was Dyer calling me. Yep, that was Dyer calling me. Man, you guys are doing an awesome job. Gabby on the previous picture says Dyer hoping someone in the stands offends his brother. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Oh man.
For this one is Kane saying, "Does my chin look big in this?"
Oh yeah, it's covering his chin. Oh no, that's a good one. It's a good one. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, this one. I watching the game. I'm just like laughing because this is the FA Cup again. Once again, this is Reggie and Son. This time we'll start with Kuva. Caption this.
I think that it hardly needs a caption. They're probably just looking at the game. Just disbelief. This is Morecambe we're playing. I'm looking for Wise. This just unbelievable. Got nothing. It's probably the same as there. Look at Reggie for a start. I mean, there's no words needed there. It's like who? Morecambe? It's what's going on? Why are we sat here? Never mind.
Aaron says, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, same thing.
Tiago.
They're probably looking at their teammates playing against Morecambe and going like, "How did these guys become professional footballers?" Like,
Yeah.
that was my reaction on Sunday. Actually, it was like, "How the hell does these guys are considered professional football players?" Because my goodness, that was so bad.
Yep. No, exactly. And that same thinking too. Alexander says,
So,
questioning Rodon's assistance as a Spurs player.
so it's also like, why did I sign a 4-year contract extension at this club? Like,
Yeah.
is it too late to go back?
Can I rescind my contract? Son notices Regulon's girlfriend wonders why his dad doesn't allow him. Yeah, that's true. He has very strict dating rules.
Yeah.
But Morecambe was part of a comedy duo. King, your caption.
Well, it's similar to what was said earlier. WTF, you must be joking. What the hell happened? Just after they scored.
Yeah. And I think this was right after they scored. Yep. Search is saying Morecambe was a bit tasty, Sonny. Surprised Peggy is not trying to eat. Oh, look! Whoa! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Bob would have loved that. Guys, continue to have Bob in your prayers and your thoughts. Oh man, Luca, that was a Bob Spur quote right there. Exactly.
Yep.
Oh man, here's the next one. Oh, Goomba got a good one. Son, I can't believe I wore leather for this. That's a good one, Goomba.
I mean, you look at Sonny, and he just has so much style. I mean, I really like his style. His clothes are really.
Perhaps they're also saying to each other, "This is the reserve team playing against Morecambe. I can't believe Morecambe are this bad. They should be 3 up by now."
That's a good one. This one that Tiago starts. This is Arsenal when they lost to Nottingham Forest. This should be an easy caption. Go ahead, Tiago.
They're like, damn, we even played in white and we can't be as good as Spurs.
Go ahead, King.
The guy in the middle is saying, if this carries on, I'll have no fingers or thumbs left at this rate.
Yeah, go bite them all off. Especially when we kick their ass next week on Sunday.
Oh, please.
Please.
I think this is a philosophical one. It's if a gooner falls in a forest, does it make a noise?
That says Arsenal fans. My God, are we a bunch of pricks? Arsenal fans, this isn't our level.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah. I don't eat my fingers. Tenge will. That is true. That's a good one, Aaron. That's a good one.
The one just slightly to the left with his fingers hooked over his mouth like that. He's thinking, what is the name of our manager again?
Trust the process. Trust the process. Mr. K says, trust the friggin' process. Are we the new Spurs? Man. Good ones.
Can you hear the Arsenal roar?
Nope. Nope. Oh, man. This is today's game. We'll start with Tiago again. What is Conte's think?
Sorry, chaps.
How did I let Daniel Levy convince me to come here?
Yep.
The guy looks defeated in this picture. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, I thought that was Spurs. Mr. K.
Is he just about to start on one of those epic Italian outbursts where he like flings it out at everybody in front of him? I don't know. Could be.
Arsenal wishing games were still behind closed doors. Go ahead, King. Caption this picture.
I haven't really signed a contract, have I?
Second thoughts. Ben says before I go to Cuba, Mr. Conte, time to give Levy the Don Barzari treatment. Conte has Tege eaten my lip balm. Yeah. Cuba.
Perhaps he's just thinking, think I might have left the gas on.
Yep, that would definitely concern him. Definitely. Alexander, who was at the game, Conte says, when should I assassinate Levy? Exactly. No, we don't know about it. But if you're thinking it'll be before February 1st.
Perhaps Conte's trying to hold it in, so it's not him that starts off the Levy out chance.
Yeah. Alexander's one is probably he's thinking before February 1st. Before February 1st. Transfer window. Conte, this stress is making my lips crack. Chapstick. I need chapstick. Good one, Goguma. That's a good one. Bryce says, what if Levy found that horse's head I left his bed? The horse's head I left on his bed. That's a Godfather reference for the movie. Don't know how long my hair transplant is gonna last with this lot. That's another good one.
Perhaps he's thinking Bermuda, huh? I thought they weren't supposed to come back from there.
Where do I get a horse's head? Mr. K has Jose warned me about this. Oh yeah, yep, definitely, definitely. Uh,
Perhaps he's just thinking, I've seen the Nuno pose. What's a good one for me to stand the whole game looking this way?
yeah.
Nuno was the same, wasn't it? I know it was like his middle finger. Like,
He's probably also thinking, if this carries on like this, my hair's going to be the colour of Arthur's.
All right, let me premise this. You guys may not know she was a Love Island UK contestant. She went on a interview the other day and basically said, um, poor people or basically poor people are poor because they haven't really worked the 24 hours basically that she works. Basically saying that homeless people need to, step it up and work their ass off for 24 hours. And mind you, being kind, I can understand what she was saying, but also too, she made it seem like it's easy because she lived a very, very, very privileged life, and some people who have been successful have had to work double. And so she has this quote about 24 hours a day. And so everybody's been memeing it if you see on Twitter. And so I guess when I say capture this in regards to the team, in regards to 24 hours and there's 24 hours a day. And you have to use every single 24 hours. So I kind of hope I explained it, or you guys want to capture this. Kuva, Tiago, and King.
No, I didn't know who this was at all, to be honest. I don't
Okay.
follow any of these sort of things, but it sounds like he's going to be Daniel Levy's new PR bitch.
Okay. Okay. And she's going to work hard 24 hours a day. All right. Tiago, you want to try this?
I'm still thinking about it. I have an idea, but I still need to work a little bit more on it.
Okay. Okay. Well, TJ said, oh, yeah. She is fit. Right? Might be another thing, but, go ahead, King.
I think she's actually saying, listen, I've had to swallow plenty of things in my life, but I'm not swallowing that in front of me.
He's talking about the comments. Oh, yeah.
It's perhaps she's saying to Levy, I've got a couple of gold earrings here. Could I swap them for at least 20 ring pops?
Oh man. Wow. It is, yeah. It's been an interesting show. We started with a rant. We're ending with Molly May of Love Island. Only on the Love Lounge.
We started here and we finished here. Like,
Yep, basically. And like I said, I hope I could put a smile on your face because today it was it was tough. It was tough, but we have the North London Derby coming in. This is the last topic. What do you want? What do you want to see from the team Sunday?
Maury,
Yeah,
can I tell you a quick story? True story.
yeah,
It was my birthday Monday, as you know.
yeah.
And at 8:54 in the morning, the telephone rang. I picked the phone up and it says, "Oh, good morning. Is that Arthur?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Happy birthday. This is Gary Mabbott."
Whoa.
Whoa. True story. Gary Mabbott telephoned me and I was talking to him about football for the 15, 20 minutes or so. And it was just like you and I talking. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good one. I'll tell you what he said. Not now, but when we get 5 minutes, I'll tell you the main.
The back room.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was a real good surprise, though.
Yeah, I didn't even notice because Luca's everywhere, and I've been on some other streams. But Luca has finally broken his virginity. He's on the Love Lounge. Thank you, Luca, for joining. Spread the word,
Wee.
and I hope you watch from the beginning to the end. And as you can see, how we went from venting from the game, and we end up with Molly May of Love Island. Only on the Love Lounge. Oh yeah, but big up to big up to everybody who's on the stream. Big up to Alexander who's at the game and just able to be on, and a couple of people saying thank you. The stream really put a smile back on my face after that. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. Ledley King, some of the segment because today was once again a harsh reality for our team, Bryce. Oh God, Slater, and put glasses on her. It's Daniel Levy. Oh, it could have been. It could have been Daniel Levy. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah. It was my first game at the stadium. Oh, Mr. K. Oh. Oh.
If
Yeah.
only it could have been a better game.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh yeah. Oh man. But at least you were in the atmosphere, which is great.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go to Kuba about what are you expecting Sunday? I mean, the team did do better in the second half with some attempts. They showed some fight. Maybe there's some little thing positive we could take to the game on
Chel-
Monday.
Chelsea were coasting in the second half. They didn't even have to try.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about Sunday. I think we're going to get beaten. This team's slumping at the moment. There's no sort of vitality coming from anywhere. The manager looks depressed. The director of football looks depressed. The team are playing without sort of any energy and any drive. We're waiting for little moments in games rather than sustained periods of pressure. I fear for the worst. I really do. However, let's go on what I want to see. A big thumping big win, payback from earlier in the season. Some shins being cracked, shoulders slammed in the faces, elbows in throats, ribs broken, suspensions for Gooners, and just an all-round good match where they get absolutely battered, bruised, and abused for 90 minutes, and we take everything off from in terms of points and pride and passion, and a lot of crying Gooners. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
But not happening, is it?
Before I go to Tiago, once again, guys, subscribe to Tottenham Tantrum Gold. They are blowing up. They had a wonderful interview on Friday with Steve Kerman, and it just I soak it in when I hear the legends, especially because for me, I didn't get just to really see him play, so to be able to just hear about his career, and those guys, man, have been just awesome. They play, they're very unique to see classic Tottenham games and just analyze it. It's just really, really awesome. Please show them some love and just like and subscribe and spread the word. Spread the word about TTG, Tantrum Gold, and that's where you can find Mr. Cooper, right?
That's right. I'm there with Dermot, who's just putting the message there, and Hollywood Phil Lattis, and regularly Ben Kaufman, who's also in the comments tonight. He's regularly on the morning shows with us. We just had a great bit of fun, remembering our club legends as they should be remembered. showing a
Yeah.
few classic games and just talking along through it with our own commentary. We've got a sort of very much 3 or 4 men in the pub sort of vibe to the channel. Keep it very relaxed. Interact with the comments a lot. Just keep it a bit of fun. Takes our mind off all the crappy things that happen in the last few years at the club.
Yeah. Man, if you could find a game to stream of us being Chelsea, it would be nice. Just we've lost back to back the first and second leg. Oh man, that would be nice to watch because dang, I hate Chelsea. Oh, oh, yeah. Tiago, you're next. What do you think about the Arsenal game, and where can people find you?
Um, about the Arsenal game, I'm with Kuva. I have a bad feeling about this game. Arsenal are playing well at the moment. They have options on the bench if they need to change the game. They can, for example, start with Odegaard. If it's not working, they bring in Smith Rowe. It's going to be a difficult game. We know that Arsenal always turns up to the North London Derby. We don't, and it's probably gonna hurt a lot because it's gonna be the first North London Derby in our new stadium with the fans. Because the first two we had were behind closed doors. No,
Yeah.
actually, last season we
Oh,
had a few
nice.
few
You're
fans,
right.
but full house is the first time. And I mean, what I would like to see is a little bit of fight and a little bit of passion. But what I expect to see is just another Chelsea-esque performance like today and last week. Unfortunately, it's sad to say, but it's the truth. And people can find me on Talking Ball with Colin. We are going to stream more soon. We're just waiting for Colin to go back to the West so we can really set a schedule and see when we're going to stream. We're going to start streaming regularly. We are thinking about new shows as well throughout the week. Colin was going to make a new game show. Buck Funkley is coming back, baby. And
Yeah.
on Friday, we are going to have a stream around 8 p.m. GMT with a friend of mine. He's an Arsenal fan. We're going to talk about North London Derby. He's going to be there to give his opinion on the game, what he expects Arsenal to do, what he expects from Spurs. So make sure to tune in on Friday for the North London Derby stream, and also it will mean the world for us if you could subscribe. And also don't forget to subscribe to Mars channel, to Kuva's channel, two absolutely amazing channels. I still haven't had the opportunity to be with Kuva, his channel. Hopefully we can do it one day. But I already know that channel is amazing. I love watching their shows. I can only watch the one that for me is in the morning with Ben, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You guys are gonna love it as well. Make sure to subscribe to their channel.
Yep, definitely, definitely.
Thank you for saying that. That's brilliant. Tiago's been brilliant on that edition of Talking Ball as well. Actually, but because Colin's always had a crazy show talking about everything. Tiago actually puts football into the program. It's an amazing job. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, we're the opposites that complete each other in the end.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ben, of course, I watch you every day. I love the show you make with the guys at Tension Gold. I still haven't had the opportunity to watch the Steve Perryman interview in full because it's been hectic weeks for me in college. But as soon as I have time, I'm gonna watch it again. And yeah,
It's difficult to get around and watch all of the shows, isn't it? There's
yeah,
really a lot a lot of people working there. Yeah.
it is. But all the content is great.
Yeah, yeah, definitely on the way to work. I'm watching either between um, Tottenham Gold or We Are Tottenham TV because they're now time the only two morning shows in American Eastern time zones, which is good because in our time zones later in the evening there's like 5, 6, 7 streams going on. I think you guys were smart to have that time slot because it's just you guys, and we are Tottenham. And I think we have Tottenham finishes before you guys, so that's perfect. That's really really perfect. Um, King, where can people find you, and what do you think about the Arsenal game?
Uh, I think if we're not careful, they're going to beat us. But because it's a special day and it's the North London derby, we may, and I repeat, we just may raise our game and beat them. And if we do, I should probably be dancing on the roof. so, so you know, yeah, I'm hoping for a win, um, but it's tempered with what I've been witnessing recently, especially today. So, yeah, I mean, they're not Chelsea, but they've been getting better, whereas we've been slumping. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
Um, you know, I'm just trying to be realistic, really.
yeah, no,
I want us to win. I love us to win, but you know,
yeah,
and you can find me on your show
yeah.
um, on Spurs Asian.
Yep, Spurs season.
I'm trying to get back on the TTG, as Kuva knows. And Mr. K's, I was on last night. So you know,
Awesome, job. And a happy birthday to you. I will do my happy birthday, Arthur. Happy birthday, Arthur. Happy birthday, Arthur. Happy birthday,
Okay.
Arthur.
thank you, my friends. Thank you.
Uh, no, I agree with everybody's sentiments. I'm always gonna say, especially against Arsenal, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna trash them 3-0, 4-0. So I'm gonna say that. But our midfield is definitely going to have to step it up. Let's
Yep.
get some positives from the end of the Chelsea game where we had some attempts. We're really, really gonna need to. I don't want us to sit back. I want to test their weakness. I still think their deep defense is weak. And all right, we don't have Sonny, but maybe Brian Hill starts and put him, Lucas and Kane, and Skip and Hoiberg. Have Skip running, have Hoiberg play a low back, have Skip just interceptions, tackles, just try to 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 create an attack, and then hopefully Reggie plays. If not, Session, and then Emerson did okay. He had some moments. He had to score. I think Emerson. Uh, he's doing a really really good game. We're gonna need him, and hopefully Dyer. I've never said this. Hopefully Dyer comes
It's
back.
back.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a common presence. I don't think they score. I don't think they score. If Dyer plays, I don't think they score, which means that we have a good chance of maybe winning the game 1 or 2-0.
Yep.
If Dyer's not playing, I'm a little unsure. But if Dyer plays, I think we keep a clean sheet. And so, um,
Levy needs to open his wallet now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yes, so what I'm working on for the next episode of the Tavern, I'm gonna get Iggy with another transfer show, non-Syria, who we are interested in. Davey said it's not good place. We're all good. Yeah, yeah, and I totally agree. The midfield's gonna definitely be a point if we could outplay their midfield because with Smith Rowe from the bench, Odegaard is playing good. Martinelli. They got some people over there, but we definitely need Kane. Definitely need Kane to score at least a brace. uh, but no, the next tavern episode. I'm working on um, with the sisters, bringing them in um, and
Hey,
more about
Stelios.
um, she got game. I mean, her game too. And so I'm working on that for the tavern. So that's going to be an interesting episode. It's just discussing women who are in the stream community, those who post, those who go to games and stuff. So I've already had a couple of women who said yes, they will come on the show. So I'm really excited about that. And so, yeah, yeah. Wow, man, we got the coach, we got the legend. Coach Stell in the house.
Hey,
Coach, tell me about the game.
Do you know what, guys? First of all, hello to all of you. Big up Kuva, big up Talking Ball, King Arthur, Mardi, all the people in the comments, Gaguma, Aaron, Ben, Mr. K. Do you know, I was so happy today because Mr. K was so excited. It's the first time he's been to White Hart Lane and he was just full of energy, full of excitement. I thought, oh man, I remember that feeling. If you come a few more times, man, you're going to be depressed. So just make it this once. just come once and don't come back. But yeah. I think look, the first thing I want to say is Chelsea fans are the biggest scumbags on the planet, right? These assholes. There was a medical emergency in the South Stand, and they shut down. The game stopped. Everyone went quiet because everyone's like worried. I don't know what's happened. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. And the paramedics have gone in. And Chelsea fans during this moment start singing, "Tottenham get battered everywhere they go." So I'm thinking, you lot have got no respect, man. Like they're just such crap fans. Just So yeah, that summed up the match really, man. It was just everything was just.
I don't know if you caught Stell. Had two epic rants. One rant which was unique about a TV show where the guy conned the gold digger who wanted to marry a sugar daddy. They end up getting married, and they found out that she was not a sugar daddy, and so they end up getting divorced. And though no one likes a gold digger, but at least she was honest that she wanted. Big up Brian.
hey, Brian.
She wanted. She wanted a sugar daddy. And I use that analogy in regards to Conte and Daniel Levy, and just us. We pose ourselves as a money investing, spending in the team, top 6 team. But in reality, we are really Bournemouth. We're really frugal. We're maybe at best Everton. And I think Conte is that gold digger in the sense of, okay, I found my sugar daddy, and Conte is now, you could tell, figuring out like, this dude lied to me. He conned me. The second thing, levels. I think I said it on stream when I was with you. In preseason, that game where they benched their players in the second half and we came back to equalize. In preseason, I was saying, this team's Chelsea is levels away from us. And the reason why is because there's 3 transfer windows where maybe we were at level with them, but they passed us because we did not do anything for those 3 transfer windows. And now you can see, because every time we play Chelsea, I feel that their levels better than us in talent. You know, and so I'm not angry. I'm more just depressed because it's a reality.
Murray, 3 things. Number 1, you should be angry because that team Conte put out tonight was not a team to win the game. He waved the white flag. Doherty, a not very good right back, playing left back. a midfield of Winks and Højbjerg, so he lacked the creativity. He started Tanganga again, who's been a little bit shaky lately. He doesn't give Rodon a chance. He plays 3 up top when we can't get the ball to those 3. And he drops Lloris for Galini, right? He did not field a team to win that game. He could have started Lloris. He could have played 2 up top and put another player in the midfield. He could have started Hill or Sessegnon on the left. He threw the white towel in. Now, whether he did that because he's been told top 4 is a priority, focus on Arsenal, or whether he did that because he's sending a message to the board to say, listen, this is going to keep happening until you do what I say, I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so don't be angry that Chelsea are levels above us, because tonight we didn't even give it a real go, right? We turned up to lose. The second thing, since when we had Harry Redknapp, we used to get Europa Cup minimum, and once or twice we got top 4. Then Poch came, he took us up another level. We got top 4 every year, nearly won the league, Champions League finals, FA. Right. The day we sacked Poch, there was no continuity plan. It's like, right, what's the plan to take it to the next level? They went from a team that played attacking, free-flowing, high-press football to low-block, defensive, negative football. They spent money on the wrong players. They then sat that guy to put in a player, a coach who's got no coaching badges, no experience. They then spent 8 months, 8 weeks finding another manager, and they brought in a worse version of Nuno. And then when all the fans turned, he panicked and went and got Conte without thinking, what is Conte? Conte is a modern day Mourinho. He is Mourinho from 15 years ago. So you better give him £300 million or this is going to be a disaster. What they should have done is not sack Poch, but if you're going to sack Poch, bring in a Ten Hag, a Nagelsmann, a Pep Guardiola type manager that's going to play that football, rejuvenate those players that have kind of lost their way, and bring in players that can play that football, man. And say, right, this is the 3-year. There's no planning anymore. It's just, let's chuck this a bit. Let's chuck that. Let's chuck this. Let's try this. Let's change this system, that system. It's a shit show. There's no organisation, planning, direction, continuity from above, right? Until we get that, Conte is going to fail. Conte is going to fail unless they realise, do we want to be like Chelsea? Coming back to your point, this is point 3. Chelsea, they chuck mega money and they only bring in top managers. And if it doesn't work within 6 months, they get rid of the manager, they get rid of the player, and they do it again. Right? If we're going to be that club, then fine, keep Conte. Because Conte, he was successful in that system at Chelsea. So if you want to be like Chelsea, fine. Chuck money at it. But we're not going to chuck that mega money at it. So I know this is going to sound difficult. You've got to get rid of Conte and bring in a project manager and build the youth, build the existing players we've got, and bring in some new additions that are going to complement that. But the fans aren't going to accept that because the fans aren't going to wait for 3 years. So Levy's in the corner now. He's got to do the one thing he doesn't want to do, and that is to chuck mega money at Conte. And if he doesn't do that, the fans are going to switch.
No,
but he's not. He can't do that because that is not the way this club is run.
Yeah, and it's an identity crisis. And still, some people are going to say, "Oh, look what Stell says. Oh, get rid of Conte and go after Paul. Look at that." What people don't understand what you're saying is that it's an identity crisis. We got a coach that does not match the ambition, let alone the identity where we want to go. And this is what, and the reason why Levy does what he does comes back to the fans. Thiago had an excellent rant about our players and how it's easy to blame Levy and Joe Lewis, but also we are to blame because we allow it. We don't fight until that day against Man United, where he got scared when he heard from the South Stands, Levy out. I'll let Thiago go.
Maury, just one thing on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
People that say that Conte's not a checkbook manager, he's not a checkbook manager like Pep, right? Crazy checkbook manager. but he is a checkbook manager because he went to a checkbook club called Chelsea, and at Juventus, they're the richest club in Italy that spend more money than anyone. He's always been at checkbook clubs, and the year he went to Inter Milan spent more money than any other club that season. Don't tell me he's not a checkbook manager. He is, but maybe not to that level. If you want to be like Chelsea, I've got no problem with that. Then keep Conte and behave like Chelsea. But if we're not going to behave like Chelsea, get rid of Conte and behave like what this Poch project, and bring in that kind of manager. But the fans won't take that. I don't think the fans are going to accept that.
Yeah. Thiago, can you kind of repeat what the fans, our fan base, where we go wrong sometimes? And this is why Levy does what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I started in the point. Levy is to be blamed for where we are. I'm not a Levy fan. I want him gone as soon as possible. But my point is, it doesn't resolve anything that's screaming Levy out. If when we again and again do this cycle of things go wrong, a manager is about to be sacked, we say we need to sell every single player we have, and then a new manager comes in after 2 good games, we forget the things they've done, and now we want to keep them. And for me, this situation is Winks, Davies, Dyer, Sanchez, Tanganga. These players have failed us in the past. They have not given us trophies. They've given us disappointment when it mattered the most. But fans forget about everything they've done after 2 good games. We're complacent. We let the squad get where we are because when we need to step up and say Levy, no, that's not what we want to rebuild. We don't do anything because after 2 games we already forgot everything they've done. And for me, that was it.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was angry and screaming. So.
Yeah. No. You. No. Both of you are saying exactly, and like I said, the truth hurts. It's the reality. I'm not even mad. I'm a little bit more depressed, but just I accept it. I just accept it. And you look at the cold words, you see a guy, Tiare, who I don't want, but I've been convinced, okay, we need him. Take him. Sonny's not there. And we're flagging with Wolves. Oh, we're not going to give you all the money up front. They do all these other things. And then now you're hearing, oh, Chelsea and Barcelona, it's just a same old cycle. And I can understand people saying, oh, take your time. It's only day 11 in the transfer window whatsoever. Okay, I understand. Fair balance. But you have to understand that people are suffering from post-traumatic Levy disorder. They've been going through this for 20 years. Can you blame them for feeling that way? Because we've seen it. It's like you're an investigator. You put the clues. We're like, wow, this happened last time for 20 years. Of course, you're going to feel that way. That okay, we're going to get business done on January 31st, and it's going to probably be 1 or 2 signings. Let alone, I think just 1 signing, which right now we're trying to finagle Wolves as usual. So it's I mean, I just come to accept it, man. It's just like it is what it is. I mean, that's how I feel right now. It is what it is. Mr. K, Dermot is in the house. I'll let Dermot go because he came before. Dermot, how are you feeling, brother?
Good evening to everyone. Good evening, Coover. Arthur, it's lovely to see you again, and everyone on the chat.
Hi,
and then
Dermot,
Mr. K and Stell. Finally got to meet you at last, Stell. I've been watching you. Love watching you, man. You're very good.
Yeah, great to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, you too. I'm angry. I'm not angry at Conte. I'm angry at the players that don't give a crap.
Yeah.
I'm angry at Levy, who won't spend money. And we're going to be in this vicious circle for years to come if we don't do something now. Conte is the best manager we've had in a long, long time. Levy has to back him. We've got players on that pitch tonight who don't give a shit about our club. Don't give a crap about the fans in the stands. Bill Nicholson once said, Bill Nicholson said to the teams, and Steve Perriman told us this. He says, "I will go. All you players will go, but them fans will stay. Chairmans come and go, but it's us fans. We're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, not Levy and Enoch, not the players on the pitch, not the manager, the fans. We're the ones who built this club up, and we're the ones who will be here when we're all gone. There'll be other fans that will take our place. Until Levy gets that through his thick skull, that he needs to back the manager, the best manager we've had in years, we're going to go nowhere. And if Conte walks, I promise you I will fly over from Ireland myself and remove that parasite. Because I want him out of my club. I am sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of hearing everyone saying, "Oh, we're the best well-run club in the country." I don't care. You back him now. Because I want us to win. I want to see us win cups, not to have the best balance sheets. I want us to lift trophies. I was lucky enough to see us win trophies, like all of us on this panel were lucky enough to see us lift a trophy. The younger fans, I feel really sorry for, because they've seen nothing. They think top four is a success. It's not a success. It's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone for us to win the Premier League or the Champions League, the FA Cup. We haven't won the FA Cup for 30 years. We've won one trophy since 2008. Before that, every decade we won more than one trophy up to 2008. After that, nothing.
No, I thought we got a
Levy,
trophy
if
for,
you're watching this, get your checkbook out. If not, I'm coming after you.
Right.
I want to say
Well said, by the way. Well said.
I want to say, well said, exactly. I want to give a big up to Graham. Is that Graham Roberts? GRL58.
That's Graham from the Enoch Out team.
Graham for the Enoch Out team. Okay, Graham, a big up, and thank you for finding my show and for the support. Thank you. And yes, that is telling. I will go to Stel, who experienced his first game at the new stadium.
Stel, can you hear me at all? Is my microphone working?
Loud and clear.
Okay, brilliant.
You mean Mr. K?
You mean Mr. K? Me and Stelius were like twins, are set apart. No, I think Murray didn't realize he said Stelius instead of K.
I know.
Oh,
I was gonna say, didn't we win a trophy for the fastest beer loading into a glass at the bar or something? I'm sure we got a trophy for that. So I don't look. All I can say, I am full of excitement. You know, I've been to my first ever game at, the Hotspur Stadium, and the experience was absolutely amazing. If you can possibly come to London, and if you do possibly come to London by hook or crook, try to get a ticket to go and see a match at that stadium. I think it's an amazing achievement that Levy has done, where the fan base gives more of a Muppets about the beautiful stadium and the wonderful bar, that when the match is finished, rather than them booing like what a crap show that they're seeing, they're instead in the bar having a nice drink. It's all very nice. Honestly, I'm not joking. It's absolutely an amazing experience. You don't even care if your team lost. The only thing you care about is whether or not you can leave 10 minutes early so you can get on the train home. And that's the casualness what I saw there, in terms of your disappointment level. For me personally, I had the best day ever. I don't care if we lost 1-0. I went to see the match live. To me, it was an amazing experience. I'm not kidding you. I think sometimes people take something for granted, and those who have been to the match for a very long, those who have been to the stadium for a very long time, season ticket holders and so on, they may not experience what I experienced. And what I experienced was absolutely amazing. I sat mostly on my own. There was one gentleman who was like maybe 3-4 seats away, and the East stand was like half empty. No, 3/4 empty. We were right above the Chelsea fans. And I can confirm. I have never been to a stadium, and I've never seen Chelsea fans. So I can confirm what Stelio said, that the Chelsea fans that I saw at that stadium are probably the most nastiest human beings I have ever had the witness to see.
Scum.
No. No, you can save the word scum for them across, the road. But these people are so nasty. Scum is too polite a word. You know me. I'm normally. I wouldn't be sending this type of hate out to any other human being apart from unless they're bald and on the club. But but these fan base were incredibly toxic type of fan base, and I don't know how in this modern world, 2022, that this type of behavior that they had could carry on. And I believe that in the future, stadiums will start to curb the type of behavior, the nasty behavior that human beings are hurling at one another. And it's absolutely disgraceful that they can do this type of stuff. But coming back to the match, I thought the match was absolutely fantastic. Sorry, you were saying stuff.
No, I just would
Sorry,
say, you were there when we had Mad Moolah on Will's stream, and in going to England 8 or 9 times, just speaking to people, and just all that I know. And like I said, if anybody who's watched the stream to Chelsea fan, I'm not saying all Chelsea people.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah,
those fans which I saw there.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, Arsenal fans, they are rivals, but they're people who are like friends with Arsenal fans and stuff. They have a diverse fan base. Chelsea, I've always heard and have seen that Chelsea fans can be really nasty, and even when it comes to racial things and stuff, like they other than Millwall, their fan base can be pretty hateful. That's why I've always heard about Chelsea, and I'm just like, man, that's what I've always heard.
I tell you what it is. It's not so much. You got to understand. It's not. It's not an element so much of racism. It's more of an elitism.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm a human being, but you're not. You're dirt beneath my finger, and if something happens to you, then I will laugh at your misfortune. Somebody fell down and had a medical emergency, and these Muppets were chanting all kinds of nasty stuff. It was horrendous. It was atrocious. I couldn't believe it.
Mr. K, they think they're superior to everybody else.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the really crazy thing, right? Yeah, is they didn't beat us by much, and we gave them 2 goals, and it was the back of the head, right? That goal that they scored, it was just a total fluke. We had so many VAR decisions go against us; it was becoming a joke.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. If it was on this side of the line, then if it was right, it was right. It just meant that as a Spurs team, we weren't that far off. I'm not trying to big up my team because come the second half, right? Yeah. Oh my days. I mean, check this out, right? Yeah. In the second half, right, Chelsea get to put on Thiago Silva, Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Ziyech, and Alonso. That's their bloody subs. Who do we put on? Sessignon, who didn't have a clue what to do with the ball. Right? Gil, who's only like what? Gil is what, 14 or something? 13 or something like that. He's like, just literally come around.
I thought he was 10, Mr. K.
The only person that came on that was absolutely amazing and made a difference straight away was Skip. And that beggars the belief. Was Skip injured? Why didn't Skip start from the beginning? So that tells me, right? I mean, look, I'm sitting here. If I was watching the TV screen, I'd only see a certain part of what's going on. But when you're in the stadium, you see the whole thing. And when you see the whole thing, you get the whole picture. And the moment Skip came on, there was automatically a change in our midfield. There was almost life that had come into it. But at the same time, Chelsea upped their game too. And they had more players to up their game with than we did. But I digress. Let me go back on to Skip. Skip's an absolutely, apart from Skip, we didn't have nothing else to offer. And even if Sonny was there, then Chelsea would have just stuck on a few more big guns. It was just crazy. The gap between us and Chelsea, forget their fan base. They're absolute trash, right? I don't think much of their players in terms of because they represent the club. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when you look at them in terms of competitive opponents, there's too much of a difference. Way too much. You could see the athletic difference. Like their physical bodies were far more energetic, far more muscular, and they're far more agile in what they were doing compared to our players.
Mr.
Right?
K, they never got out of second gear. They had another
No,
2 or 3 levels to go up. Easy.
they were pacing them. It was almost like they were taking the mick out of us in the first half. Honestly, it's like they weren't even trying.
They
Honestly,
controlled the
they were
game, man. They
laughing half the
controlled the
time.
game.
When Ziyech came on, oh my days, you got to be careful of Ziyech, man. That player is dangerous, right? I did genuinely think that their striker, right, yeah, Lukaku, right, yeah, wasn't having the best game. He wasn't even trying 100%. Honestly, he looked like he was trying about 60 or 70%. That's it. I can't imagine. I can just imagine him on his A game, how lethal and devastating he would be. But then same with Kane. I mean, we did have a few gladiators in there. We had Kane in there. We had Moura in there, and we had Winks, right? So Winks was all right, but the class difference between Skip and Winks is day and night. As soon as Skip came on my days, you could see such a big difference between him and Winks. Winks has been trying really hard, been playing really hard and well. But when you look at the raw talent that Skip has got, it's amazing. But anyway, apart from bigging up some of my players, the rest of them, they're absolute trash. Emerson can't run around anyone. Seriously. Like, he tried to run around someone. He tried to knock the ball around someone. They just took the ball off him. I'm not joking. I was laughing. He can't cross the ball to save his life. No, he's he's got a good amount of energy. He's only 22. He's very, very young. He needs more experience. And also, he needs to learn how to cross the ball.
My
also needs to learn how to go
8-year-old
around someone.
cousin has got a lot of energy.
Okay, fine. I take it back. He can't run around anyone, right? Right? And he can't cross the ball. And you're meant to be a wing back, right? So what's your job, mate? Right, now Sessegnon came on, right, yeah? He's also young. When Sessegnon came on, he looked clueless. They passed the ball to him, and he's standing there going, what do I do with the ball now? And Skip's yelling at him, go pass the ball that way, mate. Pass the ball over there. Do this, do that with it. And he's still standing there going, what do I do with this ball? He had no clue whatsoever to do, or what to do with the ball. Tanganga, as much as we love Tanganga, and he's one of our own, and we want the best for him, he has a slight delay and hesitation every time the ball comes to him. It takes him just a little bit longer to process what he needs to do because he doesn't want to make a mistake. So he's still got experience to build up yet. The one person I was impressed with more than anyone else on that pitch was Sanchez. And the reason why I was impressed with him was I never realized, in last year, we used to slag off Sanchez when the ball used to come to his feet. Correct?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I wasn't worried at all when he got the ball. He looked so assured when he had the ball. The way he took the ball through his legs and played around with it, I thought to myself, hey, man, this guy's really good with the ball. And I was a bit surprised. I haven't seen that type of skill from him. So basically, in a nutshell, right, yeah, our team, right, yeah, by comparison to Chelsea, is day and night difference. I'm sorry. In order for us to beat Chelsea, they would have to be lying down asleep and half their players in COVID. I'm sorry. That's the only way we could beat them. I'll read out again, right, yeah, who they subbed on, right? Thiago Silva, Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Ziyech, and Alonso. And we subbed on Sessegnon, Gill, and Skip.
On that note, I'm going to have to say good night, guys.
Yeah.
Good night to you all.
I'll tell you what. Good night. Good night, Arthur.
Have a good evening. Bye.
God bless.
Yeah. It's been very late for me as well. I'm going to have to head off too.
Yeah, it's getting late as well over here as well.
Thank you very much, Mari. Thank you, everyone, again.
Thanks, Mari.
See you all again soon.
All right,
Good
King.
night, all.
I don't want to tarnish. I don't want to tarnish this experience with anything negative because for me personally, this was an incredibly positive experience. Whether my team lost or won, they didn't score. The only thing disappointing was they didn't score the goal. But I can't fault them for that. They tried really, really hard. and they were just they just kept coming up short, and
Yeah.
that's all it was. So I think that basically, if they had their A game on and they had maybe a little bit more, maybe skip on from the beginning, I think that they would do a lot better, maybe against Arsenal, but not against Chelsea, mate. There's a
I,
reason why we lose against them.
if we would have, let's just say, for some miraculous way, we, equalize or was scored. I mean, we had scored 3 goals. Actually, no, to get to penalties. It's just
No,
I felt even like Chelsea. I wouldn't say they were serious because even when I saw the interview with Rudiger, he was just saying, "Yeah, we laxed a bit," which you guys missed my rant about Rudiger. You guys know us be interested in Rudiger alone. It's like Sergio Ramos going to Barcelona. It's like PK going from Barcelona to Real Madrid. I do not. Rudiger is a real good player, but there are some things that is sacrilegious. You do not do. I do not want this guy at my club. Not only he had a false racism accusation towards our fans that I don't forget about. He has been a thorn. He mocks our team. I don't want to see him, even on the free, in our badge. There's just some people you just don't. It's like saying, Ian Wright's available. Let's sign him. Like, no, that's Arsenal. Like, yeah.
but Murray, Jose came into our club, right? Yeah, and the first thing he said to the players in the dressing room, right? Yeah, is you don't win matches with nice boys by being nice. What you're talking about, right? Yeah, is you're talking about a personality, a player that's in an opposition club for a start, right? If he was playing for your club, he'd be doing the same thing to other people that he does
No, I
to Chelsea.
agree.
Now,
But
you don't like his personality, and I agree with you. I don't like his personality either. But having said that,
it would be
we've had a top manager turn around and say, "Nice boys don't win things."
no, I agree.
And
Now, I
that's
want some nasty boys on the team. I just don't want him because
okay. Fair
the
enough.
level of hate is like I
So
don't.
Chelsea's like that. They had Terry, right? Yeah, and I absolutely hated Terry. They had Cahill. I hated him. Now they got Rudiger, and I hate him. It seems to me that they always seem to pick defenders, right? Yeah, that everyone else hates.
Yeah, I use the analogy. If it's like Barcelona losing Figo to Real Madrid, and Figo hurt Real Madrid when he was at Barcelona, still people respect him. They didn't hate him. If Thierry Henry wanted to come to Spurs, I wouldn't hate that because Thierry Henry is great whatsoever.
Yeah.
But there's some players where it's just like a Real Madrid, like PK could be available on the free, still be informed. They would never ever want to see that guy in their colors.
But if that's the case, then what about Ramos?
Yeah, vice versa. Sergio Ramos from Barcelona.
Yeah, but
But look what he could bring to your team, though.
Chelsea players have come to Spurs. William Gallas, Kudicini, the goalie.
Gallas
We have
was
had
brilliant.
Chelsea.
Gallas had a really good year.
Chelsea, once they're done with a player and they know they've got what they need out of him, they've got no problem selling them to Arsenal and Tottenham because they know that player will never be at the same level as what it was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
No, but Gallas had a good season for us, bro. I think we made it into Champions League with him.
No, we didn't.
He was one of the boys that helped us to get to Champions League.
I don't think so.
No, he was under Redknapp. No, I said he helped us to get to Champions League. Gallas.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe.
He did. He was under Redknapp. That season was the season we got into Champions League, and that was partly in thanks to our whole team. But Gallas was there. He contributed towards that success, and I was quite impressed with him. Tell you the truth.
And I went on for the rabbit trail. What I was trying to say is the levels of, even if we would put out a victory, the levels between the teams, you can see it as clear as night and day. And you look at some of the people who they say they tend to not be negative. You see on Twitter, Daily Hotspur. You see those, and they are being very critical. Back Conte. They're saying all the things that I know that especially Stell and Brian said, oh, these certain channels like Daily Hotspur, they don't ever want to cause a ruckus. But Daily Hotspur saying this, we must back Conte. Now I mentioned Frank Major, who has been putting some interesting tweets, about like, man, this is all on Levy. People are starting to see if this doesn't work out with Conte, woo, Daniel Levy's in big trouble.
Mari, do you know what? I don't think it is going to work with Conte. I don't think it is, man, because we're not going to become Chelsea. We are never ever going to do what Chelsea do. So, Chris Cowlin, he gets tickets and merchandise. He's never going to say anything bad about Tottenham. About the owners.
Oh yeah, he would. But look.
Good luck. Listen, good luck to Chris. I don't care about Chris.
Yeah. Okay, are you sure? Nice guy.
Well, I don't want to raise it on Mari's show. Should I say? That's a better way of saying it.
True. God, let's carry on.
I think he's a dickhead, but if you get me started, I'm going to lose it. But
no. Let's just be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Let's be nice. But for us to do what Conte needs, I know fans say he didn't spend a lot at Inter, didn't spend a lot at Chelsea, maybe didn't spend lots at Juventus, but they were 80% of the way there. They only need another 20%. We're what, 70% off? There's only like 7-8 players you'd keep. We need a massive restructure, which means £300 million, man. That's a Chelsea move. Are we going to behave like a Chelsea? I really don't think we are. We might go halfway and get 4 or 5 top players, but 8, 9, 10, no.
Still, I noticed something today which kind of surprised me a little bit. It had to do with the way that Conte has been teaching our players how to move the ball around a little bit in terms of 3-way triangles, where you pass it to me and I'll pass it to him, right? And basically, it's like a quick boom boom, right? And Chelsea was doing exactly the same maneuvers in the way that they were passing it too. And it's almost like they both inherently had the same level of training on this particular type of way of passing. And I remember Conte's played at Chelsea before, right? Yeah. So I think to a certain degree, Conte has started to improve our team. It's just that he can't improve it any further without adding some extra blood in there, extra better players, or more fresh blood to come in. But I don't want to make it too negative about our team, because at the end of the day, the team is what we've got. Hey,
this is the shit we have to accept.
We have to look. What I'm saying is, as a fan, I want to support my team when they're playing. I want to encourage them when they fall down to get up.
Let me ask you a serious question.
Go on.
When you first walked down the gangway and into the seating area of the stadium,
yeah,
what went through your head?
Where the fuck's my seat? Am I in the right row? What are those Chelsea fans doing just over there? What the fuck? Where am I? Why is this place empty? What the heck's going on here? Where am I getting sent to? I thought I'm going to get into a fight here. You know that? No. Look, I'll tell you what it is.
Is it how you thought it would be on the TV?
No, I tell you the truth. I had no idea what it would be like.
Was it better or worse than what you thought?
I didn't think. All I know is that whatever I had was delicious. The experience I got was amazing. I didn't care if we lost. I didn't care if we lost 1-0. I didn't care if we lost 5-0. That's how fantastic I was feeling. I didn't really care. Right? Okay, fair enough. Oh no, man, never mind. Go on. You're as long as your team is fighting, you're fighting too. I can understand how some of the fans feel when they don't see the team fighting, when they don't see them chasing the ball. I can understand that maybe that's when you turn around as a fan. You say, "Oh, bloody hell, what the fuck, this nasty team." But what I saw today was the team trying. The only problem was it was like, some 13-year-old kid going up against like a 25-year-old who's got like, black belt in martial arts or something. It was like a child. It's like, children to men fighting we were doing. They were just waiting for us to come, playing with us. And you know what the cheeky thing at the beginning they did? At the beginning, the first 10 minutes, they started lobbing the ball over our defense and going to Lukaku. Go on, go on, get the ball, run at them, run at the defense. Pull out Golini. And Golini a couple of times almost came out, bro. You don't know. I was shouting at Golini. I was saying, Golini, get back in your goal, mate. What are you doing? That shows me that the ability that these players have got, plus their experience of knowing what to do, when to do it, needs to come up a level or two. And I think that's what Conte has already expressed. He goes that basically he's going to have to bring up the level of the rest of the players, plus put some more players in there, have 2 in every position. And he apparently he thinks, woohoo, I've gone fuzzy.
Yeah, but Mr. K, this is the point I'm making. If he wants 2 good players in every position, we need about 10 to 12 new players, right? That's going to cost £300 million. I don't care what anyone says.
That's right. We've got up to 400 million to spend.
So maybe you sell some players and you raise a quarter of it.
Look. Why are you wasting your brain space, Celis? Why are you wasting your brain space? Right? You're thinking what we should and shouldn't do. We should sit back and say, "Go on, mate. It's your job to do that. Let me see what you get up to. Let me see what you do."
Because you said, Conte said we need 2 players for every position. So I'm adding to that and saying that's going to cost us 300, maybe more. Is Daniel Levy going to drop that kind of money? Because if he does, we're behaving like Chelsea. And it goes back to what I said. Either we're going to become a Chelsea-type club or we're going to go to the Pochettino project, rebuild, youth way, right? I don't care which one we go with as long as we win trophies. But if he doesn't do it the Conte way, Conte walks. The fans aren't going to accept 3-4 years rebuild, patience. This is what I'm saying to you.
Okay, this is what's going to happen. Stelios, this is what's going to happen, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Someone's going to set up a tweet, right? Someone's going to send a tweet, right? Yeah?
ITK.
And say that Conte's decision to substitute or Conte's decision to team selection, right, is not right. Okay? Someone's going to make a complaint about Conte himself in terms of how he does his job. That tweet is then going to kick off a little video stream, possibly by the Cheese Room or possibly by some other Muppety website out there, right? Yeah, or whatever channel, right? Yeah, that butters up to Spurs, and they're going to then start talking about things like this, and they're going to start to say, well, right now he's got a really good record. He's like no manager's come in and done 8 games without losing, blah 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 blah, and there's going to be a few other stats that are going to come along. Right? So I don't know exactly what they're going to pick, but you watch. The moment someone starts to criticize Conte from our fan base, I'm telling you straight that even one complaint, just one, like we have a complaint right now, in 6 months' time, that complaint is going to fester and it's going to blossom. Okay? That's how it's going to be done. And when that happens, that means Conte is going to leave in summer. But guess what? The fan base ain't going to go after Levy's blood.
You don't think so?
I think if he left right now, they would. But I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to stay till summer. And before summer happens, they're going to build up the narrative.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to build up the narrative. And they're going to start building up the narrative towards the end of January, beginning of February. Right? Something's going to be done and someone's going to make a mistake. And it's just going to be one mistake. One teeny little mistake.
Like what?
I'll be honest.
Team selection. What about Golini in goal? Semi-final. Our ability to get into a final. We didn't take it seriously enough. Goalkeeper, Golini. Doherty on the left-hand side. What are you talking about? Golini.
I think our fan base, even the ones who may seem like more leaning in, and like I said, I'm seeing people who usually will say that are like, they don't back this. If we lose this guy and we don't back this guy, they are finally ready to crucify Daniel Levy and the board. I really think if Levy doesn't get this right, and he's playing with fire, right now. I think he's going to finally see where the Newcastle fans and even United fans still are going to. He's going to see a largely angry fan base because people are gonna say we couldn't win with Conte. We will never win.
Okay, I know. I was just speculating. I was just saying that this is the method that he would use. But if we can't win under Conte, we can't. I don't. People moan about it, but nothing's going to stop Levy. Because when I was at that stadium and we lost in a semi-final, and the way the Chelsea fans were trying to humiliate us, and they did humiliate us. And guess what I saw in the bar? Everyone happy and jolly. And guess what? If everyone's happy and jolly, that means they had a wonderful experience. What more do you want? This is entertainment. It's no longer a sport.
I will agree with you, Mr. K, because even Thiago was talking about it, and I said it in my very first stream. Our fan base is the most weird fan base. And for me, it's a little bit tough as an American. When your team is not doing well, there's a thing called paper bags, right? They wear the paper bags. My team, the New York Football Giants, American football, we had fans booing and they had their paper bags. They showing on TV. The Giants end up firing their coach and general manager. That'll be director of operations. The owner apologized. That would be like Joe Lewis apologizing.
No, that's America. Is that America, right? That's America.
That's
okay,
America.
Okay. I'll give you an example of American PC-ness, right? Yeah.
I was going to say that Thiago's talking about what is the same thing. I think I posted still. When during the Super League ESL, you saw United storm the field, their fans. You saw Chelsea, even Arsenal.
No. Listen. The way America is right, yeah, it's totally different here in Britain. No. Let me explain, because you're seeing it purely from an echo chamber.
Out other than Snell and to protest.
Dude, your country is so PC like conscious, right? Yeah, it's anal. I'll give you an example. There was a professor in one of your southern states, right? Yeah, that was teaching Korean or Chinese or Japanese or something. He was teaching one of these foreign languages from Far Asia. And in that language, there's a word that they use, which is like, when you say, when you're in the middle of a sentence, you say, well, in that language, that word that they use for saying and r starts with an N, has two G's in it, and an A. You can say it, I can't. Yeah? Right. He's talking to his students and teaching them in a foreign language, and he's teaching them the word or whatever the sound is when you say and r in that language, and it just happens to sound like the N word. And his students, they're learning this, and one of the students complained that he was using the N word, and guess what they did? They sacked the professor, and the guy in charge of the university or whatever had to apologize. That's how anal your country is when it comes to PC-ness, right? Yeah, our country's not like that. Well, the fans can complain as much as they like. Management ain't gonna listen. They're just gonna get on a boat in Bahamas and get another suntan, right? So the idea that our fan base will react, and put a paper bag on their head or something, right? Yeah. In this country, when someone puts a paper bag on their head, right? Yeah, that's quite a sexual derogatory thing to say. But my point being is that we can't do that in this country. It doesn't work, especially not in our club. Because when shit was hitting the fan, and the fans were trying to do this, right? Guess what? They had other fans come up, point their finger at them, and say, you're not a real fan. You don't support the club. But they didn't turn around and say you need to sack Levy and stuff like that, and Lewis needs to apologize. That's not going to happen in this country or with our club, not in a million years. And what I saw today, the real behavior of the fan base, they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, because it's weak. Like
None of them booed the players. None of them booed the management. None of them turned around and said, the only complaint someone's going to have, right, is why do you start Golini and why do you start Doherty? Well, that's not Joe and Lewis, and that's certainly not Levy.
Mr. K,
go on.
You saw after the match how hundreds of people stayed behind to buy drinks, to socialise and spend more money. We are funding failure after the match. However, if we get a big enough contingent, 10,000, 5,000, hardcore fans that turn, suddenly the walk to the stadium, the queue to get in the ground, the atmosphere in the ground, you don't want to take your family there. You don't want to bring your business colleague to entertain, wine and dine. You don't want to put yourself in that environment. Even though you don't give a shit, leave you in, leave you out, I'm happy that I've got a ticket. If there's enough noise, enough hostility, enough people making it an environment you don't want to be in, you won't go there. And that's what we need to create.
Well, the only way you can create that is to have violence. One section. The thing is, you can't have one person over there and one person over there and one person over there in terms of dispersed crowd. You need that type of group to be together, right? That's the only way you're going to be able to deal with what you're asking for, right? Yeah, to grow, to invest, and to grow, right? To get to 10,000 is quite a hard task to do. Okay, if you want 10,000 people to make a complaint, right? Yeah, very easy ways for 10,000 people to complain. There's many things they can do: waive their tickets or whatever. Do something, shout Levy out or whatever. 10,000 people shouting Levy out or anything out together will definitely be heard. But that trying to get 10,000 people to do something. Now, the disgusting things that I saw the Chelsea fans doing and speaking and being the way that they were, can you imagine our fans doing that?
Yeah, but
they would call security in.
Chelsea, well, yeah, but they wouldn't come back as well. They wouldn't come back.
They would also get banned for life.
Yeah.
They would get security called in, they'd be smeared in the media, and then they'd be banned for life, and then they'll probably ban the whole family as well.
Listen, they can't kick 10,000 people out. There's more of us than them.
I believe, right, that the fan base, we're all one fan base. We all love our club. I think people can't help being what they are and who they are, and their lack of knowledge or their lack of understanding. They think they understand something. They think they're doing the right things. They think they're backing the right things. But it's easy to program people. It's easy to persuade people that are persuadable. And that's what I've seen today. I thought people out there enjoying themselves. I saw them relaxing. And they're probably thinking, why are you getting so upset about? Why are you shouting Levy out for, mate? When I went to that stadium, right, there was nobody outside protesting.
Yeah,
I saw one guy.
1 minute.
I saw one guy saying something about God.
Because
he's more consistent.
He's been a season ticket holder for 40 years. That guy. He's deep. He's deep.
He's deep. I went past to say hello.
Fans are waiting to see what happens this window. Okay, they're waiting to see what happens this window, and the patience now is beginning. The impatience now is beginning to show. So we're seeing the early stages of impatience. If in a week's time, we get to the 20th of January and we've lost to Arsenal North London Derby, we haven't beaten Leicester away, and we go into the Stamford Bridge away game in the league and we still haven't signed players.
Let me ask you a question.
Shit's going to ramp up.
Okay, let me ask you one question for today, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
See what
the burger was nice. Oh, sorry.
It was delicious. It was delicious, bro. When you look at our team selection today, okay, with two things. One is when we lost by 1-0, right? Yeah. Were you really, really, really disappointed, or did you kind of expect it?
I was disappointed with the big chances we created that we completely screwed up.
So that's in the game itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when you started when you got to the stadium and you saw the team sheet,
I knew
the team sheet,
and you lost, and you were out.
Right, there you go. So at the end of the day, when you did not win, you did not get the 4-1 that you wanted to get, right? Yeah. And you end up losing 1-0. Respectably, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
You were not
No, you can't. No, we
terribly
didn't lose 1-0. We
disappointed.
didn't lose 1-0. We lost 3-0.
Yeah, okay, sorry, 3-0. But you weren't terribly disappointed at the end because you expected that journey was made easier for you to get to that end. That's Conte. He put Golini in there. He
So
put Doherty on the left-hand side.
One minute.
So
You're
therefore,
te-
you
one
would
minute.
not be terribly disappointed if we lost. When we started, you say, you know what? There's a good chance we're going to lose this. It'd be a miracle if we don't. You weren't terribly disappointed.
I'm gonna buy you a unicorn. Okay, I'm gonna buy you a unicorn. You're telling me Conte deliberately sabotaged the game to ease the pain of the fans.
Give me one footballing reason why Hugo Lloris was not in that goal.
I think, and I said it when I was next to you when the team sheets came out. I was next to you.
Yeah, but tell me.
I said, I'll repeat what I said.
One footballing reason.
I'll repeat what I said. Okay. He's deliberately waved the white flag.
To who?
To everyone. He's deliberately said, we can't win tonight.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when you don't win,
he sabotaged the game.
At the end of the day, when you don't win, you're not going to go out there and start bashing your head against the wall, are you?
He sabotaged.
You're going to exactly.
He did it. He did it for one of two reasons.
Okay.
3 reasons. 1, he's trying to force a way out. He wants out. 2, he's going after the board and he's trying to play the fans off the board. Or 3, he's been told top 4 is your priority. Focus on Arsenal.
Listen, Martin sharing no difference what the lineup was. It would make a difference if you had a really world-class goalkeeper in the goal, as opposed to Golini. I mean, seriously, you're in a semi-final, right? Well, what happens if you win this semi-final? What's the next stage called?
Hold on, one second.
Final.
So, I just want to answer Martin's question. He said it makes no difference what the lineup was. Martin, I agree. We could have put our best team out. We still would have gone out. But,
I agree.
But give it a go, man. Give it a proper go. Give it the best go you've got, because you don't know. Something might just drop and Chelsea wobble.
I've seen. Listen.
Every game has an underdog. Every sport there's an underdog. But sometimes the underdog wins because the underdog gave it a go.
Okay,
we didn't give it a go tonight. We didn't give it a go.
Stelios, listen to me. We, as a fan base, right? Right, are highly manipulative. People can manipulate us in such an easy way.
Not me. No.
Okay, maybe not you, one person.
I'm leave you out.
In a stadium, we get 65,000
Get rid of the
people.
fans as well. Half the fans
we got
are useless.
we got millions of fans.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
give a big up, Sean Butler. Big up. First time I know you recently joined Sean Butler, Galeen versus Lloris. Yes. Big up Sean Butler. He is start his own channel. Sometimes you can see him on David Harris's Irish Hotspur show. So big up to Sean Butler. So I just wanted to big up to him. A couple new people who came out tonight. I know Graham, also a big up. So big up Sean Butler. I want to actually go to Joe's question. Joe says, question for the panel. Big up, Joe. Is there a small part that wishes Conte walks because he didn't get back so the fans can be in uproar and then start getting Levy and Enoch out?
Yes.
I think that's, I don't know. I mean, I understand the danger as a fan when you start to wish from your heart ill things to happen to your club.
No. It's a good thing because the long term will be good.
But like I said, I find it difficult. I think that this is a dilemma for me to think in my heart that I want some bad things to happen to my club. And you're saying that's a good thing. I don't, you know what I'm saying, Giza? Like, you know, I get, okay. The reason why
this
I'm
is
laughing
coming
earlier,
from the guy that stood next to me with a Levy clown mask protesting against the board.
Look, I've never changed my policy on this. I'm just saying to you that if you can get someone like Harry Kane, and you can get people with pitchforks and, you know, torches to come to his castle to burn him down, and these people are called Spurs fans, against Kane. Think about it for 1 second. Forget the circumstances of how it happened. Forget the circumstance. Forget the details. It doesn't matter. The point is, if you can get our fan base to suddenly get on Kane's back, right? And how on earth can that happen?
Do you know what's crazy? If we don't back Conte, which we're not going to spend the money he wants. I know we're not. If we don't back Conte, not only is it going to cost even more to fix the damage for the next guy, but we're going to lose Harry Kane. Okay. We're going to lose Heung-min Son. We're going to lose Hugo Lloris.
What was Danny Rose's? What was Danny Rose's one famous comment about our transfer policy?
Can't remember.
We Google.
You have to Google the players to find out who the heck they are when you buy them.
It's true, though. It's true.
So, in other words, what I'm saying is, let me explain. If you look at the players that Chelsea had, right, right, Ziyech, right, do you have to Google Ziyech, by the way, to find out who he is?
No.
Right?
But that's because we played him in the Champions
Did you have to Google Lo Celso?
No. Yes. Yeah.
No. I saw Lo Celso at PSG.
Oh, you were lucky.
Yeah. Oh, because he was actually at PSG. He didn't work out at PSG.
Lo Celso.
Lo Celso didn't work out at PSG.
No, Mora was PSG.
Yeah, they both were PSG. Then I had to look him up at Real Betis to look up his stats, and like, oh wow, he really blew up.
Maury,
I knew of the player when he was at PSG because.
So my point is that basically the actions look like we're acting like a big club, but the actual things that we produce, right, they're not big. So we spent £60 million on Dombele, a big player, right? And what do we get? A big fat lemon that can't run its way off the pitch.
But we sacked the manager that we bought him for, and we turned our backs on the style of football that he was supposed to come in and help us with.
I know. It's basically 1 minute you please these type of fans, and then you get rid of that manager, and then you get another manager, and you please these type of fans. And then when you've done that, you then sack that manager, and you go back to these fans and say, oh, I still love you. Here's this manager, right? And then you sack him, and you go back to the other fans and say, oh, I've got a manager for you. Now we love you, really. We haven't lost love. We still love you.
Just remember.
Been doing this right, for the last 21 years.
Just remember, when those who use the argument, oh, we spent money on Namdebele and Lo Celso. Remember,
FFP.
remember, we spent after 3 windows not doing anything. Remember, so
Mari, I'm sorry, I've got to go. It's 2:00 in the morning for me.
Okay.
And I've got some work which I need to do because I've got a house inspection tomorrow. But my point was, this is not simple, and it's not easy. And Levy has got plenty of little tricks up his sleeve that he's had 21 years to polish up with. He has an infrastructure of information. Okay, let me get this straight. Look, check this out. I asked this question the other day, and maybe one of you two guys can answer this question. If you have 3 people in an office, okay, and those 3 people are the chairman of the club, the footballing director, and the head coach, and they're in a room and they're discussing things with each other, how the hell does the Telegraph find out what the hell they were talking about?
I've got a great answer for this, but we're going to be.
And by the way, what they were talking about was something very positive. And when I saw the interview of the same manager being interviewed, right, on TV, that didn't look very positive. But the article in the Telegraph looked very positive. And that somehow that managed to leak out of a very secure meeting.
Mr. K, this is the answer, right? So these journalists, they always say, unless we get the information from 3 credible sources, we don't run with the story. Now, so for this source to be credible, that means they were in that meeting, or they've been told by somebody in that meeting.
Pigeon.
And then wait, and then that person has then gone and shared the information with the journalist. Well, if I go and share information with you, the journalist.
Yeah.
I've basically done the dirty on the people that I was in the meeting with. I've not kept it quiet. So I'm not a credible person for behaving that way. So how am I classed as a credible source if I'm not a credible person? And that's your answer from me, my opinion.
Done.
It's all bullshit, basically. They're all full of shit. They're all full of
I'm with
shit.
you on this.
All of them.
You got it straight away.
Let's leave on that note because I know Will's gonna start his show in about 15 minutes.
Is he on tonight? Okay, brilliant.
I'll pop on there for a very, very few.
I'm gonna jump on as well.
I gotta eat something.
I got work. I got work to do. Plus, I got to go up to the shops as well. I might be in the comment section somewhere while I'm like doing things. I'm not too sure if I can actually. I could try to pop on maybe 10 or 15 minutes max because I don't. If I sit there for any longer, then I'm going to start discussing. And in discussing, the time flies, and I got very limited time left, unfortunately. But Mari, I wanted to come onto your show just for a little while because you know I wanted the fan base to know one thing, and that is, regardless of how crap our team played, and the dire warning signs that Conte is giving us, don't forget we have an amazing stadium.
Yes, training ground. We got training ground. We have an awesome training ground.
Like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. But guys,
Mari,
we can laugh and smile.
Do you get these in America?
Baby Bell.
Oh,
these are bad boy, man.
I thought they're American. No?
It's mini Edam cheese from Switzerland. It's mini Edam cheese from Switzerland.
Surprised the Americans don't have that.
They have Twinkies, whatever they're called.
Tweakies are little sweet things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, Mari, please conclude your show, please.
No, we're about to end off. Everybody knows Stell at Tottenham away. Please watch the debate he had with Rez and the one he had with Iggy in regards to Tanguy and Lo Celso. Some changing points because he has a valid point, though I think the expiration date has gone on both of them. But he does have a point of why they weren't successful, and why they may be successful in a right system, but just not with us. So check out Tottenham away. Mr. K, you know, Talk to K, his show, which was yesterday. Please check it out. Like, subscribe to Will Stewart's channel, and also Tottenham away. They have an awesome show. Last night's show with the United States Spurs of America was a good show. So support. We all love Spurs, and Marcus says back Conte.
But Murray, the viewers out there, when I went to the stadium for the very first time, I did kind of keep a little video log, and Will Stewart got my video logs and put them together into one video, not very long, and he put it onto his channel, which is Will Stewart's THFC Rants channel.
Okay.
So viewers out there, if you fancy having a laugh or a little bit of a pleasant look into what my experience was, please go check out Will Stewart's THFC Rants channel and have a look to see in there. There's been a video uploaded by him, which is Mr. K's first experience at the Hotspur Stadium. Okay, you know what? I like the way Will cut it up and put it together, which is really nice and sweet.
Nice. I will definitely check it out. Guys, check it out. Daz Hotspur, welcome. Big up to you.
Dazza Hotspur. American cheese comes in a can. Yuck. Does it? Does American cheese come in a can?
Yeah, I guess. I usually see cheese. I eat. I'm a wine and cheese guy. So.
American cheese is terrible, man. American cheese is so bad.
Oh dear.
When Mari comes, when you come to the UK, Mari,
yeah,
we're gonna show you some cheese, man.
Okay. All right, but you gotta take me to the Chicken and then the place Nando's first.
Oh no, I love Nando's.
I love
Nando's.
Man,
my wife is South African. She introduced me to Nando's years ago.
Yeah, man. I need my Nando's, man. This is the longest
We're gonna take you to some old. We're gonna take you to some old school hip hop clubs, man. What are we talking about?
Okay, come on. With that in mind, I'm gonna say, come on, you Spurs, and get out this stream in a second. Murray, please close up now.
We'll go get some kebabs, some late night kebabs. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love my kebabs.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
You know what? You're right. Go off the kebab or just ordinary Sikh. Sikh kebabs.
You guys, you know where the best kebabs are in town, so. Yeah.
Oh, if you want, there's two different types of kebabs. You've got the Turkish style kofta kebabs, right? Yeah.
Yeah. End the stream, Murray. End the stream. End the stream, Murray.
And trust me, you come down here, I'll show you the best kebab rolls on the planet.
Okay. All right. On that note, come on, you Spurs. Wait.
Come on, you Spurs.
Back, Levy.
Leave you out.
Leave you out.
Leave you out.